something to drop. Drop it now. I'm a little hoarse today because I went to a Cavalry FC game, screamed my face off, had a fantastic time. Did I ever? And now we got another game straight after. I mean, look, I got home about 1 o'clock this morning from the game. It's because I travelled to the match, Canadian Premier League, and I travelled back. So I'm not tired, little fatigued, but national games coming up, and I tell you, it doesn't get much better than that. So going to welcome you into the chat, and I can see everything's bouncing lovely. You come on in, and I say welcome, 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 as it says down there. Boop, 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 boop. Drop a commentar anytime. Wait for it. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Alrighty, we are set, ready to rock and roll, babies. Welcome in. I'm going to be a little bit deeper voiced today. I'm going to show you the shirt in a minute. You're going to love this shirt, especially what's on the back. But yeah, another Canada shirt check. There's Puppy out. I'm going to show you. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to show you this shirt before the game kicks off. So plenty to look at. Show the shirt before the game kicks off. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, we're going to start reading around and getting you into... Did I do that already? I just did. There you go. Ultimate Soccer Show. Welcome. Drop a comment anytime. Go, Canada, go. Let's have it. Let's have it. Let's have it. I'm going to show you this shirt before... Drop a comment anytime. Go, Canada, go. Let's have it. Let's have it. Let's have it. I'm going to show you this shirt before too long. Oh, mate, that is a cup of tea. That is a cup of tea. Oh, my life. That is a cup of tea. Don't worry, I've got other things to get through too. So let's look at some of what's going on right now. Let's talk about Shock City. Shock City. Before we go anywhere, welcome, welcome, welcome in. But Shock City, we're going to get to the lineups pretty soon, but I want to take us to the knockout phase straight away. Straight away. Now, I showed you this before. You've seen that before. You know what that means. That's my picks. And that's the 8 picks that were made before any of the qualifications. It's Guatemala that really needs to be pointed out for getting there ahead of Jamaica, because we said in the pre-game show with Reese and Doogie, before the Gold Cup got off the ground, we said that Jamaica might not get out and Guatemala might be ready to pounce. They are. Now, point being, most of the Guatemala team, I'm just going to give you some more information so you've got it straight. Most of the Guatemala team are home-based players. There's quite a few that are home-based. And but on the road, CF Montreal, I'm going to take you through this. There's 8 guys on this team, and there's some good news coming. I tell you, wait for the lineups. I've got some great news coming from the lineups. Absolutely. Do I. Welcome in. Now, talking about the 8 guys that play for Guatemala, well, most of the national team is Guatemala-based. They play their club football in Guatemala. There's 8 guys on the national team for Guatemala that do not. I'm going to go through them right now, so you've got even more to work with. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give you a big picture of like where we sit next to Guatemala, strengths, weaknesses, and moving forward before the game kicks off in this pregame. I'm going to show you or let you know some of the things that I've found that are definitely advantages to Canada. Yes, we are better than Guatemala on paper, but as you've seen, on paper means nothing at times in cup football. Cup football, it's not like a league match. It's not like playing damage control football. I say that a lot about the Canadian Premier League, the way the teams are so evenly matched up. And sometimes they don't go with the ball too often or don't venture too dangerously or creatively. They're very box to box and east to west around the thing. I don't like east to west. I like north to south. I really do. But that's one of the things I'm trying to say as well. So looking at these guys coming in, you've got Olga Escobar. You should know who that is. CF Montreal, yeah. Olga Escobar, 18-year-old, 7 matches for the national team, and he's already got a goal. So dangerous. I'm going to get to the lineups pretty soon. Next one, Phoenix Rising. You got Damien Rivera, 2nd-tier football, but still a decent club. Phoenix Rising. A friend of mine, Frank Yallop, used to coach that club. And, excuse me, great guy. Frank Yallop was a great coach for Canada. And if you look at his record, Frank Yallop is a builder. He's a granddaddy of football, ex-Ipswich Town star, ex-Canadian national player, ex-Canadian national team, but not ex-wonderful guy. Frank Yellop is an absolute gem. I mean, I'm lucky enough to have met certain people and had the chance to interview them over the years. I'm a lucky guy. No ego attached. Just very lucky to have met such great people. Now, moving along, Phoenix Rising is Damien Rivera. Charleston Battery, another second-tier team. You've got Rubio Rubin. Watch for the lineup. Got to take a cup of tea because yesterday I went to that Canadian Premier League game. Oh boy, did I scream my face off, but did I have a fantastic time. I'm telling you, it is so much fun at the Canadian Premier League. Well, not just for one reason, for many reasons, because you can do so much in the crowd that you can't do at the big matches. And you can walk around the stadium with stuff in your hand, the pops and stuff, and you can't do that in the world. So there's other things in and around, and the whole feel of the Canadian Premier League is so much family orientated. It's just unbelievably brilliant. And I'll tell you, I'd tip my hat to the Canadian Premier League and get this, Cavalry FC. And if you're a Cavalry fan, you tell the club I just said that. But Cavalry FC put on an absolutely amazing time. If you're ever near Calgary, time to go to a Cavalry game. You'll have a blast. The atmosphere, the prices, the views. You can't get any better. Anyway, moving along, Charleston Battery, Rubio Rubin. Watch out for the lineup coming on. Now, Matt Evans, Los Angeles FC DOS 2. So, again, a second-rate player, not the top team, not LAFC, but LAFC 2, DOS. So, a second-ranking player there. So, quite a few players outside of Guatemala are not in the top teams. Yes, CF Montreal absolutely is. No doubt, but that's the only one so far, because you've also got to say Zimbru Cristiau, and that's in Romania. You got Ordonez, he's out there as well. So that is a top team in a way, but it's still not the top league. It's still second rate, yeah? So I'm just trying to give you the feel for how big Guatemala is on paper. And again, cup football changes a lot of things. Moving along, we got more guys to get through. DC United, Aaron Herrera. 13 games so far for the national team. That's a big number. You've got to say, where DC United is concerned, that is your top level. No doubt about it. People will bicker. People will bicker that MLS is not the top level. I think it is. That is your top level. No doubt about it. People will bicker. People will bicker that MLS is not the top level. I think it is. Excuse me. Like I say, I was screaming yesterday. Got to get a bit of tea time in it. But DC United, totally what I say is a top level. No problems with that at all. You've also got Samoa. Wait for the lineup. He's coming next at Politehnica, and that's also Romania. I know a few people who've played for Politehnica. Great club in Romania. Really is. And have had quite a few Canadians over the years in that club. And then Nicholas Hagen, the goalkeeper. Columbus Crew. Yeah. Not going to play. Not going to play. Let's get into the lineups, because I tell you what, Nicholas Hagen for me is like he's a massive part of their defense. Very good goalkeeper. Good hands. Always seems to be in the right place at the right time. So that's something Canada's going to have to negate. But they won't have to, because he's not playing. He's injured. Injured at this stage. So let's start with Guatemala, based 106 in the world FIFA. Let's start with Guatemala, based 106 in the world FIFA rankings. Let's talk about Guatemala's team. Navarro Hernandez. Okay, a note on Hernandez for you specifically for this point. Guatemala goalkeeper Nico Hagen will not start in the CONCACAF Gold Cup quarter-final match against Canada due to injury. He's a backup keeper for the Columbus Crew in MLS. Consequently, backup keeper Kenderson Navarro will be taking his place. So, Kenderson Navarro Hernandez is going to be in starting position for Guatemala. That, to me, although he's a decent keeper, but not having Hagen in between the posts and operating and ruling the box and telling everybody where to be, to me, that is a big advantage right now for Canada. Absolute huge advantage. Their defense under Hagen is so stable. Look, they're not going to lose ground. They're not going to lose feet. They'll know where to be. They'll know how to play the game for sure. They'll know how to keep the space and they're not to be too clever with the ball too close to goal. They know how to play the game. Remember, Latin American, Central America, they live and die for football, more so than our country. We do because we're football, we're soccer. But their whole nation lives and dies for football. Football. Yeah. Very foot. Pagate. Behind me. So they live for it, yeah? So they know how to play. But I'm just saying, it's a big advantage for Canada right now to see Nico Hagen not in goal and Navarro Hernandez, number 12, in between the posts. Take that for what it's worth. When I get to the Canadian lineup, you'll see. Now, the defense for me, as I look around for things, Morales, Samoya, the left two, Herrera and Pinto are the right two. No real change there. Munoz in midfield, Rosales and Robles also. No big change there. And up front, it's not exactly an up front three. They'll shake into a 4 or a 5-1 or a 4-2. They're going to move lines, shift positions and formations with ball, without ball. They'll do it all game long. And at times, you're going to look for passing lanes that seem to be not there. Go wide. Go wide, go over, but don't go through. Interceptions are not what I want to see tonight. If we get a lot of interceptions, what was the coaching again? Yeah. Anyway, we're going to get to that too. But up front, Santis, Rubin, Escobar. Decent team. That's pretty much the nucleus of what's come through the tournament so far. And 3 games in, they got 2 wins and 1 loss so far. But you know what? That was the group stage. Coming into this, everything's wide open. Like I said, you can have your form during the group phase. But when it gets into the knockout round, hey, one mistake can cost you the game. It's all about patience. And don't get your ball intercepted every time. That's something I don't want to see. So there you go. That's what we got with Guatemala. Don't take them too lightly, guys, because they certainly can do damage. And I'm going to give them respect. They've got to this stage on merit, yeah? Absolutely. Look at some other shock results. We're going to get to them as well shortly, because there's one I'd love to talk about before we get on merit, yeah? Absolutely. Look at some other shock results. We're going to get to them as well shortly, because there's one I'd love to talk about before we get into this game. But they're here on merit. They're totally here on merit. They're going to give us a bit of a tough go in the middle. Look at what Curacao did to Canada. Yeah. Look what El Salvador did. Yeah. Look what Guatemala might do. And I've been to a live match. My first ever match for Canada was Guatemala, Canada, working for TSN, 2004. And I tell you what, that was a game that Frank Yallop actually coached. And there wasn't much between them then, and there won't be much between them now. And those of you who want to see the blowout, I'd love to see that happen. But I don't figure it's going to be that way. The possibility, the potential, yes, with Hagen not in net and and Hernandez coming in, Navarro Hernandez coming in, there is a potential for a goal or two. Yeah, you've got to go out there thinking you're going to score. And I mean, when we look at what we've got, I think you'll see there is a good chance. Now, going into Canada, let's start up front so you know who the top pairing is. Oliuase and Jonathan David are your top 2 as we see it right now. Midfield, going again with Tajon Buchanan. Beautiful, wide. Seeger in the middle. Choinière in the middle. Now, that's where I'd like Choinière to stay. Don't move him out of that spot. Keep him either central left, central right in midfield. I think you get the best out of him. And because of the way Choinière is a very creative player, it gives him the opportunity to go left and right with his brain, not just with the ball, not just with his feet, but he's able to survey like a general, because Choinière, for me, on this national team, operates like a little general. He totally does. So putting Choinière in the middle, either left or right, he can control the game. He can control where the ball's going with effect to where Jonathan David is, where Oliuase is going to be. Doesn't matter who's up front, but he can control the play. He can go wide, or he can go north to south. But then balls are not going east to west. And he's also good at holding the ball. When you have people on the team that can hold the ball and slow the game down or feel the rhythm of the match, you get people that feel the rhythm of the match. It's funny how no one can get the ball away from them. There's a few players you'll watch all the time in any league, any national team. There's always going to be a playmaker. Choinière, for me, He's come a long way in a short time. I remember when he started, I wasn't sold completely, but you give time. And he's blossomed. Choinière has blossomed into a top player. So that's where he is. And then outside wide, his partner up front in midfield is Jacob Schaffelberg. So again, midfield, Buchanan, Seeger, Choinière, and Schaffelberg up front, Oliosei and Jonathan David. Defense, I like what I see, and I'll say what I like. And Alistair Johnson out wide, normal position. I want to see more offense and in the game. I want more in the game. Now, you can say he's shown enough already. Of course he has. Defensively, fine. But I know that he has more to offer if he starts to bring it up front. So he needs to bring more as the wing back, pushing the midfielder forward so Tajon can get released and strip down that right side and tear him apart. He can go wide, he can cross, he can cut inside. As you cut inside, the goal gets bigger. He can put a shot right on net. But at the end of the day, Alistair Johnson has got to push forward so that Tajon Buchanan can get into them open spaces that Seeger is probably going to look to lay the ball through, yeah? So watch out for Seeger, Johnson, Buchanan, playing the triangles into space to release Tajon going down the right side. The same will apply to the left side, just different people playing that same move. But Johnson out wide. Fugereles, or Fugereles, if you want, he's in midfield. I like him. He does show some immaturity, though, in the play. Sometimes the plays that he does, it's a little bit of a young player doing it, and it's putting himself under pressure, especially with his spacing. Other than that, when we've got the ball along the back, and it's just two, maybe Cornelius and Fugereles along the back there, playing the two, pushing Larea and Alistair Johnson wide, I got no complaints. Defensively, I like what he brings. The youth, I like that too. And on a funny note, don't give him a penalty again. We always said that about defenders. You don't give a defender a ball. They're not the skilly guys. You need to have the forwards and your midfielders take penalties first. Always, once in a while, you'll see a goalkeeper come along and he's just itching to have a goal. And some goalkeepers do turn into damn good penalty takers because you got to be focused. So ice cold. You can't see nothing but what your mission is. If you're going to talk about where to put the ball, just go left or right and then pick one of them. And make your decision stand. Don't change your mind halfway through. People who miss penalties are second-guessing themselves, whether to go higher with the ball, lower with the ball, right side. Go low, in between the post and the keeper's hand where he can't go. No keeper in the world will save that ever. You go high, good chance it's going in. You go like 2.5 to 3 feet off the ground, that is just an absolute save to be had for any goalkeeper. So, yeah, Fugereles, love him in the middle. Don't give him a penalty. You know I'm having a laugh. Out wide, we got Larea. Yes, Chippy Ricky. I love him. I do. I love Chippy Ricky. I think he's fantastic. He gives me so much out of the game where other guys are very generic, very sort of straightforward. They don't chip at anybody. They play within themselves mentally, not to get into any tangles, so they can focus on their missions and little missions. And every 15 minutes, it's a 15-minute mini game, so they've got all that tactics going on. They do. They really do. And it's sometimes over-tacticking a team that can really spoil the broth, yeah? Let them play. You'll be able to make little decisions and changes as you need. So there you go. That's the lineup. And obviously, one major important thing, Dane St. Clair is in goal. So, top to bottom, Dane St. Clair, Alistair Johnson, Fugereles, Cornelius, Larea, Tajon Buchanan. Come on, Tajon. Get another couple of goals, son. Number 6. Diaz is number 6 right now, leading the tournament. However, won't be scoring anymore. That's a good thing. Hey, say, Tajon Buchanan, hat-trick today. That would make it top scorer of the tournament. So just think of that. And Jonathan David, uno. Just one so far. Maybe JD gets in on the action as well. Through the midfield, Buchanan, Seeger, Choinière in the middle, Schaffelberg out wide, and Oliosei, Jonathan David up front. And I'm telling you now, I'm really looking for a big, big match. Just going to pull up some other screens here, guys. But sign in. Okay, guys, you're going to have to forgive me a second, but apparently they've kicked me out, so I've got to sign in again. Keep me logged in. Hello? Does that work? Right, just give me a second, guys. I'm just going to have to sign in again. As I do, I will be back shortly, but you won't lose me. I'm staying here. But got to enter in. And I thought I was already in. I was watching something, and they just junked me out for some reason. No worries. It happens. So you take adversity. Canada is today in for a massive game. And like I say, what I think about moving forward is that just going to check my password, guys. With Canada moving forward with a good performance today, I think everything will be pretty decent. We are. There we go. Just give me a second, guys. Just double checking. That's what I thought the password was. Well, that's the password in there, people. So if you don't take it, I don't know what your problem is. So there we go. Right. Yes. 2 seconds. Should be in there. It's starting to move. They're coming alive. So there's the password done. Tit-tat. In for that. Yes, of course we would like to watch. That's why we're here. And I better turn the sound down. Otherwise, you guys will be deafened. There we go. That's better. Beautiful. Sorry about that, guys. I thought I was watching the game and in good, and then obviously everything went sort of sideways. Jeffrey Perrin, how you doing, man? Made it here. Love to see you, son. Love to see you. Watching from work in Ottawa. Ooh. Go Canada, go. I tell you, it's going to be interesting. And anybody else, if you're working, I'll keep you informed. And if you need to know anything, hit the chat and we'll go there. And know anything, hit the chat and we'll go there. And hey, Jeffrey, I'm going to sort of get up to show this shirt right now. Tell me what you think, because this is one of the shirts coming through. But welcome in, everybody. Get in on here. Sign up, like, subscribe. Join this family and get ready for a game. Guatemala, 106 in the world. Canada, 30 in the world. Go into form. Canada wins. Guatemala form in 2025 is 5 wins, 3 draws, 1 loss. Scored 15 goals, conceded 13, -2. Yeah. Now, Canada. Similar story. 4 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss, 15 goals scored. Yeah. 6 taken for +9. So both teams have scored 15 goals at the international stage this year so far. The difference is Canada's scored, hit the back of the net with much bigger teams. Now I'm going to show you this shirt so you can see what I've got on today. But this is a cool shirt, mate. I'm going to back up a bit. Have a look at that. What do you think of that shirt, eh? I think that's startling. From the side. But look at that. Look at that maple leaf. That maple leaf is gorgeous, mate. Absolutely gorgeous. But that's the shirt for today. And on the back. That's what I'm saying. Take you back in time like WWF there. A little bit of the man himself. I'm not a wrestling crazy, but thank you, Jeffrey. Love it, mate. Yeah. I'll tell you what, we've got more coming. If you got a question, Jeffrey, lay it on me, mate, and we'll get onto it. And I'm going to go through some of the stuff I know so far. FIFA ranking 30, FIFA ranking 106. Biggest loss. You'll love this. Biggest win for Guatemala was 10-0 against Aguirre 2019. So not long ago. In 2019, they got their biggest ever win, 10-0 against Aguirre. Biggest loss? Well, that was 9-1 against Costa Rica, 24th of July, 1955. Oh, I've got some stuff on the board for you today. How many times has Guatemala won the Gold Cup? Or the CONCACAF Championship? Once. Yeah. 1967. 1867. 100 years after we became a nation. Yes. And I've told you the form so far, but going to form right now and competition, you would expect Canada to win this. I'm going to give you a prediction here pretty soon. You would expect Canada to win this. You really would. And I'm saying they should, and they probably will. But it's not going to be easy. Now, looking at Canada for some nice stuff off the board, this is for Guatemala fans or likewise Canada fans if you want it. Excuse me. But biggest win, not so long ago, 2021. Guatemala was 2019. Ours is 2021. We've only recently, since 1867, scored the most goals in a game. That's quite an ironic kind of record, isn't it, considering we're 30 in the world and we've got a great, great team. You didn't have to access, yes, okay, no problem. Haven't done anything wrong. We're carrying on. Got a message off YouTube. I don't know what they're talking about. It's obviously not to me. But, 11-0, 2021. And that was the Cayman Islands. Yes, 11-0, 2021. Biggest loss was 8-0 against Mexico, and that was in 1993. And that was when I came to Canada, 1993. I couldn't believe what I was watching. I'm like, whoa, I have not moved to a football nation here. We're losing 8-0 to Mexico. I mean, I love Mexico. They're great. El Tri is fantastic, yeah? Perfectamente. But 8-0, yes, what a welcome. And ever since then, we had nothing until the last 5 years or so, where it's been unbloody believable to have it this good. I'm just saying. Yeah. And then, obviously, form, you've had that champions Canada of the Gold Cup or the CONCACAF Championship. Canada 2 times, 1985 and 2000. I'm going to say form again, 4-2-1 on here, 15 goals scored, 6 against for +9. Canada going to form, should be the team to move through and take this match. There's no doubt about it. Now, there's a couple of things I really wanted to get to talk to quickly on another page was the quarterfinal results. I mean, amazing, amazing. Shock and bloody awe. Remember I was saying I was at a Canadian football match yesterday. I was at the Cavalry FC game and Ottawa or Atletico Ottawa. I'll tell you what, I think the final game could be Ottawa and Cavalry. And it seems Ottawa has got Cavalry's number. Yesterday, Cavalry couldn't get into the game. But great atmosphere, great Canadian Premier League game. I had a fun time. And then at the same time, I was keeping tabs on these games. And the first one I was keeping tabs on was Panama-Honduras that finished 1 apiece. Shock and bloody awe, yeah. I mean, Panama, love them to death. And Thomas Christiansen, the coach, they were talking about, and it was even in the media, big time in Panama and on websites, where they were literally saying, we're going to be writing history. We are making history. We will write history. And I'm like, okay, fine. Yeah. I kind of see where you're coming from, but you haven't done anything yet. Like, what are you? Kind of see where you're coming from, but you haven't done anything yet. Like, what are you? What are you putting the cart in front of the horse for? Kind of thing. But I never thought too much about it because I thought, well, they must feel that they're so sure about getting into this that they're going to win this, no problem. But it didn't happen. And little Honduras, yeah. Take them to a 1-1. Now, let's put it this way. Diaz gets the penalty, makes him number 6 goal on the tournament so far, yeah, from the penalty spot. That was on 45 plus 1. Then right on 82 minutes, Lozano ties it up for Honduras. And you're thinking, oh, no, it's on. Then it goes to penalties, yeah? And Panama, they blow 2. Godoy blows it. Guerrero blows it. And Lozano, who got the tying goal, funnily enough, he blows the penalty spot too. However, on the face of things, Honduras winning out 5-4 on penalties. Absolutely bloody dynamite. Absolutely dynamite. The other quarterfinal, you kind of expected it. Mexico and Saudi Arabia, I watched it. Mexico literally stormed the net, owned the ball. Saudi Arabia were like defending with their lives, did very well, but eventually loses 2-0. So then you look at the quarterfinals as a whole then. You've got 2 quarterfinals through with 1 semifinal wrapping up on July 2nd in Santa Clara. And Mexico. Oh, Mexico are not playing Panama. Can you imagine how Mexico are like, whoa, yeah, no Panama coming our way? Beautiful. They can't believe their bloody luck. This is literally, in Mexican fans' eyes, this is giving Mexico an easier route to the final. And I agree with what I'm reading online for El Tri. They really are literally looking like they've got an easier route now. However, Honduras took Panama to a tie. Honduras are going to be trying to do the same again. And remember, Honduras got smashed out the park, blown out the bloody tournament, pretty much close to, with that 6-0 shellacking. So Honduras has turned it right around. That's the kind of team that I look at like a kind of a Greece of 2004, where they weren't the big team, but they kept squeaking through. Are Honduras going to squeak through against Mexico and ruin all those Mexican plans for the final in Houston? You never know. You never know. But all those Mexican plans for the final in Houston, you never know. You never know. But coming up, 2 semifinals later today, the United States taking on Costa Rica. Interesting game. I'm definitely watching. You are definitely going to see me that. And Canada taking on Guatemala right now. I tell you, I'm in for a game. Looking what's happening. Guys are coming out on the field. I won't say that we've got a massive, let's put it this, the attendance. When you get these kind of games, you're always looking at an attendance to happen, and it doesn't always go that way. This one, we're going to see what happens. But the guys are coming out, and everybody's looking pretty poised. So wherever you are around this little blue planet we call the ball, and remember, the little ball is what we're all about. It's the ball that makes us family. Doesn't matter who you are, man or woman, no matter what little country on this little planet you live in, we're all unified. All of us are one. We're all together every time. And that's what makes football such a wonderful thing for me. Is just, everywhere I go, it's just a fantastic time. I'm not naive, but I do enjoy going to football matches and I make the most of it. And I hope you do too. I hope you do too. So if you're just coming in, Nico Hagen is not starting in net simply because he's injured. So Hernandez is going to be in net for Guatemala. Make sure you keep your eyes on that one and what's happening with that. So there you go. That's your lineups. You're through. We're going to the game right next. And quite frankly, I'm looking forward to it. Who's going to join who in the next semi-final? Could it be Canada, Costa Rica? Could it be Canada, USA? Could it be Guatemala, USA, Guatemala, Costa Rica? Hey, yet to be told. Who do you think? Drop in the chat. What's your score for today's game? Give us a shout in the score for today's game. And today's game. And also, who you think is going through USA, Costa Rica? In the second semi-final, I tell you, that's beautifully poised for Costa Rica. You'd expect the United States to make something happen there. You really would. But as they are transitioning into a better team, it's going to be an interesting game. All four teams can make it. And I do hope that somewhere penalties come along the line too, because that would just be like absolutely lovely. Who doesn't want that? Yes, please. But hey, let's get back into track. Let's get back into the game. Let's see what's happening there in the stadium as they're getting ready for it right now. They're singing away, coming in. I see Mr. Fugeroles. He's singing his little heart out with "Oh Canada." That was me yesterday at the game. I was singing my heart out for the national anthem. I really was. Really was. Quite a few Canadian fans down there. That's nice to see. In between the white and blue of Guatemala. Guatemala now will have their national anthem. At least it's not 7 minutes like some. Obviously having a joke. But again, your quarterfinals, I tell you. From here to you, I was saying USA, Costa Rica, it is. I was saying Canada, Guatemala. You're watching it now. Mexico, Saudi Arabia, Panama, Honduras. Now, from there on in, I also say Canada plays USA in the semi-final. I'm showing you one time. I'm not going to change these picks. These were for before. All of these picks that you're looking at, these picks were before the tournament even started on the preview show. You can go back to the preview show before the Gold Cup started, and you'll see the same little piece of paper that I've kept. Because if you write it and you spout it, you got to keep showing it to show people how wrong you are or how right you are. And when it comes to predicting soccer games, get this for size. Last year with Wrexham, I predicted 39 out of 46 games correctly. The final 8 games for Wrexham, I said that Wrexham would get 18 points with 5 wins and 3 draws. That actually happened. That's not actually a rarity with me, and I'm not being an egotist. I'm just being real honest. I see things in this game. I know where the stock market is for most teams, and when I evaluate them on the stock market of football, which is my religion, amongst God as well, literally, it's what I come up with. Everybody has their skill, guys, and that seems to be one of the little skills that I have. But yeah, so into the semifinals, I say I'm looking for USA, Canada, and I was looking for Mexico, Panama, which you saw is wrong because it's Mexico, Honduras, and big up to Honduras. Let's hope they go all the way. And but for the final, I'm still looking for Mexico to possibly take on Canada. Let's see how right or wrong that is. But yeah, the lineup for Canada, loving it with Ricky Larea Johnson on the wide side. We're getting close to the game. Things are absolutely perfectly set up. Hopefully we don't have any problems. Obviously you can hear me out there. So big up to everybody. Remember, like, subscribe, join the family, get in here. And we've got so much more coming and so many more videos through the summer. If you're a Wrexham fan or you want to know about Wrexham, get down low in the library. Loads of that stuff too. I'm wired for this one. I'm really into it. I've timed this perfectly, people. Timed it perfectly. Canadian Premier League yesterday, and now I'm watching Team Canada, talking the team I love. And this is the country I love. I'm telling you. All the teams taking a picture now. I'm watching Chippy Ricky because I love the guy. I think he's so funny. He is a character. Chippy Ricky is a character. When you need teams to bring you up and take you through tournaments, you need characters, yeah? You don't just need generic box-to-box people. You need characters. Chippy Ricky is a character. Love him. I do. I love Chippy Ricky. Referee's pointing the finger at both, going like, if you don't play by the book, I'm going to kick you boys both in the nuts. I'm having a fun time here. I hope you are too. This is not your regular promotion. We're going to have a good old time today. And like I say, you got a comment or anything you want to know, let me know. And we'll get on it. The VAR is there. And as the tournament says, this is ours. I believe that is Esto es nuestra. So there we go. TSN is showing a great game. Again, I think the big key advantage for Canada is Hernandez in goal. Navarro, yeah. Call him Navarro, call him Hernandez, whichever you like. You'll hear me say Hernandez, okay? Just so as you know, that's the keeper. Pinto Samoya in the middle, pretty good. Herrera and Morales on the wide side won't be bad at all. But I think the actual key element where Canada has got an advantage overnight, per se, is that Hagen is not in goal. When he's in goal for Guatemala, he runs that defense. He steadies the ship. He's a calming factor. And Guatemala City born, I believe. Hagen, Nicho Hagen. I think they're going to miss him. But let's not talk too bad about Navarro, Hernandez. And by the end of this game, I'm sure we're going to see a lot more teams, a lot more people filter into this stadium. Because it's at the US Bank Stadium, as you knew, with the I'm just looking at the thumbnail, guys. The US Bank Stadium. And straight after that, it's the USA Costa Rica. It's a double header. I do not like double headers at the same stadium. And I'll tell you why. The guy that has to announce in that stadium, he has to announce for 6 hours. If it's a one game, it's just 3 hours. That guy's going to have no throat left. So they're both at the US Bank Stadium. And after this, obviously, you've got to say USA taking on. Oof, I tell you, I'm not going to miss that game. But USA is going to be taking on Costa Rica. The game is live. Let's see where we go. Lovely field. I tell you what, the field looks gorgeous. And lots of space to move the ball. Guatemala's not going to be any rush here. They've got no reason to rush. They've got 90 minutes to kill the clock and get to penalties. That's the mission. If you want a mission for Guatemala, kill the clock, play that perfect CONCACAF, slow it down, buy the ref, fake what you can, above all, disrupt the pattern of play and make the gringos a little frustrated. Now, the foul on Forgerolas, you have to say, why are you diving that low? You got 2 feet. Read the play. Put your head down that low, you're asking to get hit. I'm sorry, but I told you. Guatemala's going to do everything they can to slow it down and frustrate you. Curacao was one lesson. El Salvador was another lesson. I feel that this is going to be a lesson too. So, ball going long. Dane St. Clair with the free kick. Goes deep. Edge of the box. Left side. Inside the box, looking for something to happen. Cross comes in. Goes wide. Nothing happened. Now here comes the man himself. Tejon, like lightning, gets the ball. Taps it past. Oh, look at that skill. Nutmegs the guy. Embarrasses the guy. What about that? I tell you what. Tejon Buchanan looks like he's ready to go today. Wow. The speed. The anticipation. The touch. Majestic. Right there. Yes, I tell you, he is in the game today. I've seen a flash or two of Tejon Buchanan. Consummate professional. Get out of my way, he says. Absolutely beautiful. Now, Johnson, keep your man down the field. It's up to Alistair Johnson to keep the pressure on so Tejon can play his game up front. If Johnson doesn't push forward, Tejon does more defending, doesn't need to defend. He needs to be in the offense. But like I say, watch people turn up in the stadium as the game goes longer. Ball into the box. Very dangerous, very deep. And it looks like it should be out for a corner. Have to see. It looks like it's a corner. Canada having a corner in the game early on in. Let's see if Jesse's got the tactics right today. Signs are good, people. Signs are good. Signs are good. Going to bring this back up live. Corner coming in. Let's see what happens here. Things are looking good so far for Canada. I like what I see, guys. I like what I see. Yeah, Ricky's got totally magic, hot intensity. Ball coming back out. Should be another corner. Jacob, get that one deeper, son. It needs to go to the back post on the penalty spot. Get it on the penalty spot. Why they tuck it so close to the keeper? Why they tuck it so close to the ground? Get it on the penalty spot. Come on. Come on, Chef. Let's have it. But yeah, I love Ricky's intensity too, Jeffrey. Absolutely. Born in. There you go. That's where it's got to go. Unlucky. Gets repelled. Nice ball forward. Keeper should be reading that one. And there he is. Little header over the top. Well done, Dane St. Clair. Keeps Canada in the field. And that's why you need to watch out. Guatemala are going to look for the quick ball over the top. As the game is early, they'll have the energy. Later in the game, they won't. A nice shoulder challenge there by Ricky Larrea. Nice shoulder challenge. Well done. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Ricky on the ball. Escobar looking for the dive. Takes the dive. Ricky's like, get your ass up. Nice intensity, Ricky. Nice play. Trying to play out the back. Fujirolas comes through. Trying to play all the team. Pass the ball. It's way simpler. Guatemala have literally just woke up in the game. They've let Canada know, you take us too lightly, we will come through you. And remember, they're a footballing nation. They know how to play the game. And they also know how to tick-tock, kill the clock. Jesse Marsh looks like he's had a nice haircut, just like yours truly. Yes, the clippers came out. It's getting a bit long on the sides. You've got to be clean and mean right for the game. Absolutely. And there's Tenya on the sideline, marshalling Guatemala. Tenya, the coach, very experienced man, knows the game. But I say, watch for the crowd to start building. And as it does, you're probably going to see more blue and white. Experienced man, knows the game. But I say, watch for the crowd to start building. And as it does, you're probably going to see more blue and white hitting that stadium. Shell Energy, beautiful stadium. Great place to play football. Dane St. Clair could have given him a call there to make this tic-tac-toe in the midfield disappear, but he didn't. It's getting really scrappy in the middle, but you know the time and space are going to be little. There's not going to be much of it. Guatemala looking to close down immediately. As you get the ball, they're on you. They won't waste time jumping in the final third, as you've seen, but the midfield, they're going to cluster and really make it hard. There's no passing lane open right now. Now there's one. See, that's what they're doing. They're moving, they're shuttling the whole defensive unit, midfield, right across, north, south, east to west, as a unit. But they won't commit to the final third. That's a waste of energy. So you come to them for them to make that operate. We've got to play through that or over it. Shornia now on the ball, generalizes, buys you time. Lovely play. JD taps off. Cross coming in. Comes to the back post. Tejon takes the shot. Over the top. See the idea, but it didn't miss by much. Had he have handled that a bit quicker, maybe it goes in. But there's the warning sign. 5 minutes in, coming up to 6 minutes. Doesn't take the opportunity and doesn't miss by too much. That's not that far over. Take a look. Scorching shot, maybe a foot or two over. He should have got the knee over the ball, as you know. Signs are looking good for us to make things happen up front. We'll wait and see what happens. Guatemala very comfortable on the ball. They don't panic. They can play tic-tac-toe in tight spaces. And they're coming forward in a unit of 5, and they're defending with a unit of 5. So they're splitting right down the middle. Everybody's got a mission. You can look in that unit of 5 right now in their own half. That's the unit of 5 defensive. Up front, there's a unit of 5 in the other half. Do you see that? It's 5 and 5. That's Guatemala. Ball over the top, onside. Definitely makes it. Looks to cross. Gets the cross in. Great cross. And I tell you what, not without danger. Canada literally could have been a goal down there. Great reaction save. Great defending. But literally, I tell you, Santos, or Santos, I should say, literally could have had one in the back of the net there. Great play again. Over the top, onside. Beautiful play. But that defending unit of 5, assisting the attacking unit of 5. Great tactic. Ball comes in and a nice little finish, eh? That post comes to Canada's favor. Off the arm. Santis hoped to get that in. Canada now on the attack. Schaffelberg now gets the cross off. Gets the corner. Ball coming in. Well done, Schaffelberg. Well done, Schaffelberg. Herrera was marshalling all the way. Herrera's got some literal experience. He knows how to play the game. Herrera will make things happen in defense for Guatemala. Also a danger from a free kick too, yeah? Possibly a corner as well. Corner coming in now. 8 minutes coming up. 0-0. Things are looking good. Canada's definitely in the game. Ball coming in. Beautiful corner. On the edge of the box right now. And repelled once again downfield. But the ball and the game is called down. There's a free kick somewhere coming for some reason. Who knows why, but it's not ours the reason why. When the referee says. That's what the referee said. But again, Panama going out yesterday against Honduras. I'm saying, wow. So there's 3 big teams potentially can win it now, not 4. And the final 4, which everybody really expected, isn't going to happen, which really gives teams like Guatemala hope. Can they do to Panama what Honduras? Sorry, can they do to Canada, what Honduras did to Panama? Again, Guatemala, nice on the ball. They're not going to rush things. They're going to lull you into a false sense of security, slowing it down. And when they're in place, they'll fire that ball. It's going to be white side and then straight over. But very comfortable on the ball. And if Canada doesn't press, you'll allow Guatemala to ease into the game, gain confidence, and try to pull off that princess of an absolute upset of a match. So Canada's now got a press. Free kick coming up. And Tejon Buchanan getting a little frustrated, but hey, it was a foul, TJ. Tenya, on the other hand, the Guatemala coach looking on quite confidently, quite happily. There's nothing there he needs to change. His game plan is working. And again, the 5-on-5, the 5 defenders, 5 forwards, it's working very nicely for Guatemala right now. Canada needs to put the foot on the ball, win some possession, and get some time on the clock with the ball. Into feet, left to right. Get the ball passed off before you cough it up. Beautiful play. Right through the middle, left to right. Nice play. Canada now wide side. Schaffelberg on the wing. Again, looks for the cross. Crosses, gets blocked, as you saw. Get that cross in earlier. Get someone on the end of it. Just over 10 minutes gone. Jesse Marsh on the sideline, not banned. Nice to see that. Canada need to pick up the tempo in the next 5 minutes just to put their foot back on the game, because right now they had their foot on the game, owning it. Now they're not. So they need to get that possession, foot on the ball. No one-on-ones. Put the ball wide, get it into feet, release it quickly. Do not have someone close you down and cough up the ball. Make the ball do the work. Run their legs off. Tejon now, right side. What's TJ looking at? Taps off. Down the line from Johnson. That's not the play to make. It's getting physical out there. A few shoulder charges and a few niggly little comments back and forth to each other. The game is slowly warming up. Your typical CONCACAF entertainment. More people filtering into the ground now. It's looking a lot nicer to look at. And these players deserve a big crowd, yeah? You know why it's going to fill up. The US is playing Costa Rica in the next match here straight after. Ball comes in to the front post, into the middle. Somebody get on the end of that one. I tell you what, inches away. Schaffelberg just close to getting the opening goal. Just can't get his foot to it. Bounces agonizingly away from him. Ball all the way back to Dane St. Clair. Should have been another situation where Canada takes the shot, gets the goal, but it doesn't happen. Schaffelberg now. Beautiful take on the left wing. Taps off. Canada walking. Too many people walking. There's too many people walking. You've got to get the intensity up, guys. Make the ball do the work, but we've got too many guys walking. Tejon now on the right wing. Cross in. That's a beautiful cross. Well taken by Navarro. Hernandez. Cool hands, cool head. Keeper slows it down. Keeps Guatemala in the game. Nice job. Got to say, so far so good. No problems. That ball that went into the corner, Schaff got it on the knee, but as he's taking the shot, just gets scooped away from him. Great defending. And that's what Guatemala are going to have to bring all night long. Just like Mexico when they took on Saudi Arabia. The early goal, 45 minutes, yada, yada. 1-0 up. And then the late one makes it 2-0. Saudi Arabia were defending with their lives all the game. That's what Guatemala is going to have to do all game long. When they do get their chance, it's got to go in the net. Guatemala could already have been a goal up with a little bit of luck. But they're not looking out of place. 106 in the world is taking on 30 in the world. And right now, it looked like two teams of 50 in the world. Shuffleberg goes past one, goes past two, ball counts light. Now, J.U. is going to get there. Keep it out of his box. The ball in there. Get it on net. Oh, over the top. I tell you, great entertainment. That was fantastic. You just didn't know where it was going. But great entertainment. Canada, again, probing. Navarro Hernandez out of his position, runs out tries to get to the ball, can't get to the ball. The chip comes in over him, which it shouldn't have got over him. The header comes in for Olusei and then cleared off the goal line by Herrera. Great clearance, great action. But again, Canada probing, looking to get on the board. Unlucky. But again, top defending by Herrera. He's having a great game so far. Quality defender. Corner now, coming in. 14 minutes in. Still alive. Ball back into the box. Let's see who wins this one. Again, repelled by Herrera. Well played by Shuffleberg, looking for the give and go. Goes for it. Gets it. Crosses it. Well done, Shuffleberg. Great effort. Gets his rewards by giving it all he's got to get that ball back in. Cross coming in. Should get on the end of it. Unlucky. Great block again. I tell you, Guatemala under pressure, heading it out for a corner willingly to kill the pressure. Guatemala now feeling the heat. 15 minutes coming up. But again, Shuffleberg for a corner willingly to kill the pressure. Guatemala now feeling the heat. 15 minutes coming up. But again, Shuffleberg, endless energy. The keeper out of his position. Cross comes in and headed on net by Olusei, and Herrera makes a great clearing header. Brilliant stuff. Entertaining game for the neutral. Maybe not so for Canadian fans or Guatemala fans, especially with the defending that they've got to do. But great game so far. You can feel something happening. Not the greatest corner. Out for a throw-in. So there's your one mini game. 15 minutes down. 6 mini games in a game. 15 minutes is a mini game in the professional world. One mini game down. Guatemala can now feel good about themselves tactically. 0-0. Canada, however, can't be feeling bad about themselves. Things are looking good. Second mini game coming up. Throw-in now coming in. Short one. Headed back in. Very tight. Free kick coming up to Canada. Launch it. Get everybody in there. Chippy's getting chippy. And that's good. Chippy's getting chippy. It makes space. Where he just got a little bit leery and chippy. Did you see how many Guatemala players disappeared immediately? They don't want to trade it with Chippy Ricky. They know Chippy Ricky. He defends his space. Yeah. Chippy Ricky. Love the guy. Can't get enough of him. And as it's coming up in a couple of days, I'm going to wish you all a happy Canada Day coming up pretty soon. I'm going to say it now because obviously I won't have the chance on the 1st. But Canada Day, get ready for it. This will be a nice Canada Day present if we can get something out of this game, hey? Ball wide now, goes wide. Shawnee now looking at, gets the corner. Why would you do that tic-tac-toe nonsense and not just cross the ball in from the free kick? You got it set up. Nonsense is what I call that. Too much play. Sometimes the tic-tac-toe of the modern game is nonsense. You got a direct free kick. Put it in there. No one's under pressure. When you're trying to get past the guy, you're under pressure trying to get that cross in. Put that free kick in. Lots of that cross in. Put that free kick in. Lots of hustle, tussle. Ball comes in, corner now, big one. Oh, what a great take by Navarro Hernandez. Brilliant. Shoots the ball long down the right side all the way through, but Dane St. Clair says, thank you. I'm going to throw that back to you. Canada now coming forward over halfway. Alistair Johnson now. Ball over the top. Not the ball to play straight into the keeper's hands, but a bit of a mix-up there. Defenders had to jump out of the way quite funnily, but hey, the game is still poised, very interesting. Coming up to 20 minutes pretty soon. It's still 0-0, but anything can happen. 3 shots to 1 in favour of Canada as we speak. 62% possession for Canada overall with the game. Both teams have had 1 shot on target. Jesse Marsh looks like he's the next pick for goalkeeper of the world. Absolute brilliant handling on the sideline by the coach. Beautiful. Maybe he's got another career pretty soon. Fudgerellis is pissing around with the ball too much at the back for my take. He needs to be a bit more direct and release it. Stop trying to look like a superstar and get the ball played off. Release it quickly. And don't play people into positions where they got no time on the ball. That's what we got to do with the ball. Use the ball wisely. Fudgerellis, a few times he's released the ball, passed the ball off. Seagar as well at times. Play the ball forward of the man, not into the man. Give them time on the ball. But Guatemala fans looking at the crowd, they're having a great time. They're having a great time. Got to feel for it, right? We're into a real CONCACAF game tonight, guys, or today, or in this morning, wherever you are in the world. Well, we've got a real CONCACAF match here. Wise ball, beautiful play on the right side now. Guatemala going down the right wing. Ball through, he's offside, I'd say. Still, he's going to make that play. Comes into the middle, repelled by Canada. Flag comes up now. Yes, he was offside. Nice play, though. And they've been down the right side a few times, but way offside. Even a blind man would have seen that to be offside. And you can laugh. I used to work with a blind man who talked soccer. And he is from Nigeria. Ikechukwu Okoro, a super eagle from Nigeria. Wes Graves, sorry. Hello to you, my friend. Welcome in. Watching from Northern Alberta at work. Come on, Canada. Way to go. Northern Alberta. Love it, mate. Love it. Whereabouts in Northern Alberta? And Canada Day's coming real quick, my friend. Nice tackle by Fudgerellis over the top. Now, let's see who wins this 1-on-1, 1-on-3. JD's up there. Tussle. He comes up with the ball. Unluckily, no one's up there with him. Oluwasi taps it off, but no one can get with him. Chippy Ricky getting floored. Escobar's getting chippy. And Escobar's loving the moment. Shawnee tic-tac-toes with Chippy Ricky Larea. Shawnee now pushes it all the way back. Canada now, standing on the ball, owning the time, owning the game, controlling the match. That's what we got to do more of, is have the ball, let the other team steer. Make a fake, go right, go left, like we just did. Own the game, look great, going down the wing. Schaff now gets the cross in. No, he doesn't. He goes out for a throw. Again, Canada owning the game. It's that final third where we just need that little bit of luck to get the first goal, or a little bit of quality to get it done. 1.5 hours north of Fort McMurray. Wow, you're way north, mate. Way north. Awesome, buddy. Awesome. I tell you what, I've traveled through northern Alberta all the way. I've been up to Fort McMurray loads of times, and I've gone the other way, Fort Chipewyan as well, and I've gone to Yellowknife all the way through Hay River, the rest of it, across the Great Bear Lake. Coming in now, onto the penalty spot. Great stuff, great action. People battling, but no one's going to get to that ball. Tejon looking to grab. Tejon looking really to grab, and he grabs, wins a throw, and you got a free kick against him, and Tejon's like, what the hell? I didn't touch him. But you've got that CONCACAF entertainment. And let's have a look on the replay. How hard was he smashed in the face? Let's take a look. Santis reckons he was literally poleaxed. I hope we can see... I really hope we can see the replay. Have a look. Take a look. Elbow side of the head, but not in the face. I think that's a form of a shoulder charge that really caught him high up because he's so small. Let's face it. Tejon's a top player, but he's a big boy. He's tall. His shoulder, literally, is about 1.5 feet higher than the guy he just hit. So I think it was just literally the size of the guy that made the situation worse than it is. Great defending once again by Seager. Gets in there close, doing his midfield defending job. Where do you prefer Seager? Up in midfield or in defense? It's an interesting question. But hey, You can literally smell the CONCACAF tactics in this game. It's that thick right now. Jesse Marsch is going to lose his finger if he keeps wagging it that hard. It's going to just wobble off his bloody hand. I mean, this is definitely a CONCACAF match. The battle of attrition, the battle of conning the referee, the battle of diving. It's CONCACAF. And CONCACAF, the three letters that really strike me about CONCACAF are the first three. Con. Yeah, keep laughing. Because I always do when I say that bloody name, CONCACAF. It's a case of, who are you conning? Ball forward now. There's a 2-on-1. Is it going to bounce nicely? And Navarro gets it. You need someone to come forward and just volley that back 60 yards, but it's not going to happen. Ball now racing back to Dane St. Clair. Free kick coming up. Referee might actually get into a little bit of action here. There's a little bit of a bust up coming on. Tajon Buchanan, literally not happy. Not happy. Running over to Munoz and saying, what the hell? Referee doing a great job by clearing everybody away. Everybody's having a bit of a tic-tac. Chippy Ricky's in there. Go on, my son. Gets in there face-to-face. Chippy Ricky, yeah, Rosales going up against Buchanan Morales too. Buchanan's like, what you thinking? What you thinking? Get out of my way, little man. Tell you, it's about to be a big game now. Chippy Ricky having a go at he's having a go at three guys right now. Was it a foul? Of course it's a foul. Are we making too much out of the foul? Yeah. Why is Alistair Johnson clutching his ankles? Yeah. Okay. Buchanan striding in over there. Yes, absolutely. Bloody lovely to see it. Munoz needed a little talking to, but the referee's done a great job. And we got a decent referee, man. Decent referee. But you need some spice and you need some fire in the game. And we're just going to get some. And that's nothing. A little bit of handbag thrown by the gentleman, and it goes nowhere. Dane St. Clair on the ball. Releases, goes long, down the middle, over the top it goes. That's going to go for TJ. Come on, Tajon. Come on, Tajon. Unlucky. A little harder, and he could have gone there. So I'll tell you what, Jesse might have said a few things there. Lionsman, the fourth official, not too happy. Mauro Bielis saying a few things, calming situation down at the sideline. Jesse is still going nuts against the fourth official. Jesse's literally going to walk himself into one of these red cards pretty soon if he doesn't calm down. It's all right to be passionate. It's good to be passionate. But Jesse Marsch needs to just calm it down a bit. Yes, it was a foul. Let's move on. To give him some slack, I think where people maybe misjudge Jesse Marsch is one crucial area. He's passionate. He can't see what his face looks like when he's screaming at you. But his words are screwing up his face. And it looks like anger, which in actual fact, it's not anger. It's frustration and passion. Therefore, he who was on the receiving end of it, the referee or the linesman, feels that they are personally being attacked, and they're not. And he's not being personal. He's been passionate about what he's seen happen against his players or his team. I'd sooner have a coach like Jesse Marsch than a guy that sits on his hands and does nothing all day and says nothing all day and knows nothing all day. I haven't heard too many detractors so far from what Jesse's done. Back game. Tic-tac-toeing now in front of the Guatemala goal mouth. Balls through. This could be a shot on net. And I tell you what, they're very, very likely goal kick coming up. Or is it something else? Referee's waving off. Referee's waving off. He's going to deal with a few players now. We'll see what happens when it goes on the spot. I'm checking the offside right now, guys. No offside. There's definitely no offside. We're at least 3 feet onside. But that definitely, to me, take a look at the challenge. Make up your mind. Say what you think. Everybody likes to talk about the penalties, yada, 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 or etc. But you make your own mind up. What did you see? What did you think? Sometimes they review things, and sometimes they don't need to review things. But all along, JD's going to put that ball on the spot. And again, we've got to say the referee's doing a fantastic job. Absolutely fantastic job. And here comes the goalkeeper antics. Navarro Hernandez coming out, standing in front of the penalty spot. Hello, buddy. Just one moment. Yeah, you go there. That's your little trait. You go there. Cabby's coming in because he heard there was a penalty. So Cabby's got to come in and have a couple of treats because someone said penalty. I say penalty when he gets a treat. I do. You should try that with your cat. So Navarro's being talked to by the referees on his line. Is this the opening goal of the game? I certainly hope it is, because with 20 minutes in, this will be a beautiful time to get the goal, steady the ship, because let's face it, the game is petering on the edge right now. JD looking to put it in. Obviously a warm day down there. JD's wiping the face, focusing. He's the business. He wants to get this done. Look at the focus. Look at the focus on the face. He always takes the breath. He calms himself down. He always calms himself down. Referee will, I'll tell you what, the referee, if something goes sideways with people encroaching into the box, he probably will bring out a card. The ball, expect the ball to go where it goes. I'm not saying anything because you don't jinx the kick. You don't jinx the kick. The referee's still holding the game. Referee's still holding the game. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He is, sure. He is, buddy. Pinto's getting a talking to. What do you think? I'll move that out of your way so you can keep walking. But Pinto's getting a talking to. Yeah. What do you think? Is it going to go in? Tell the people. Is it a goal? It's a goal? Okay. I'll wait for you to scream your head off. JD now, again, looking. Looks like Cabby's going to camp out here. JD now striding forward. Bang, bang, bang. Get yourself in there. Beautiful penalty. That's a penalty. Hard, low, down, right, where the keeper can't go. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Beautiful, beautiful focus. I tell you, JD, Jonathan David. Yeah, you're screaming too. Nice one. Yeah, he's screaming too. All right, tell you what, hold on. Because we scored a goal. Yeah, because we scored a goal. It's penalty time. It's penalty time. You're seeing this for life, for real. It's penalty time. Watch out, Cabby. I'll get you a little tray. It's penalty time. Okay, there we go. Come on in. Here you go. Down here. There you go. Woo. There we go. Cabby's got his penalty time. and that is fact. It doesn't happen all the time. You got to have a penalty. So there we go. 1-0 up. Things are looking good, hey? Jesse can say calm down a little bit now. But do you know, I've seen penalties given before. I think the VAR has been correct, but kind. If you'd have seen that penalty 20, 30 years ago, the referee probably would have waved it off, is what I'm thinking. But hey, Jeffrey Perrin, right on. Come on, man. It's 1-0. We're in there. If everybody's working, I'll tell you what, there were a lot of people traveling as well because this is like big Canada Day weekend. Canada now moving with speed. Schaffelberg now coming down the left side, tries to get the ball through. Forced over. Referee's got to get stuck in there. The man went right through there. That is disgusting. That challenge is disgusting. The amount of times Jacob Schaffelberg has had guys go through him in this CONCACAF tournament is ridiculous. Look for Jacob Schaffelberg to take revenge off this move. Watch this. He goes right through him. And he does not hit the ball. He hits the man. Tell you. Not very nice at all. It's heating up. You're 1-0 down. And Pinto looks like he's getting pissed off when he's trying to break Schaffelberg's legs. Great goalkeeping again by Navarro. Points it to where it is. He's having a great night tonight. Navarro Hernandez playing a great game. Tries it long. Goes long. Richie Larrea gets on the end of it. Heads it clear. Canada now coming through. Win the ball back. Then cough it up in front of their own box. Not wise. Going wide side. Escobar crosses the ball. Goes into the box. Cleared once again. Tell you what. We win the ball. We cough it up in front of the danger zone. Not the way to do it. Yes, goal. Jeffrey Perrin. I'll tell you what. Could be a corner. Should be a corner. Maybe a free kick. And I'll tell you what. If Pinto carries on like that, man, he's trying to kill people. The guy's been too physical. Guy's been too physical. Someone needs to get physical on him with a real good smack. Yeah. When you get these guys that want to beat you up, you have your strongmen come through. And look how high that challenge was. Look how high. Watch that. That's thigh-high challenging. That's thigh-high challenging. Someone needs to get on Pinto and destroy him in a challenge to let him know, if you play that way, you get it back. What you give, you got to be able to take. What comes around definitely goes around. But the abuse that some of the Canadian players that have taken physically for some of the dirty chopping this tournament is amongst the worst I've seen in a long time. Canada's getting a physical abuse in this tournament. Ball coming in now. Needs to be there on the edge of the box. Guatemala looking to break. Tajon Buchanan now chasing him down. Tajon Buchanan kicks him in to touch and the ball as well. Well done, Tajon. That's what you're there for on the defense. If they want to play that way, you match them. If they want to play skillfully, you match them. You match what they give, no matter who they is. Throw in now. Halfway in their own half. Coming down the left side. Goes out of play. Should have gone out of play. Thank you very much. Did go out of play. Well done, linesman. Taina on the sideline. The coach still very relaxed about things. Jesse March making notes. I wonder what he's still very relaxed about things. Jesse March making notes. I wonder what he sees. Canada now again caught in possession on the edge of their own box, trying to be clever with the ball, and they'll win a free kick there. Looks like Escobar was muscled. It was an Escobar sandwich. Cornelius was the top piece of bread, squashing him flat on the ground. And Escobar, like, whining, asking the referee to card the player. That's also part of the game. But Escobar gets sandwiched between Ricky Larea and Joel Waterman. Santos now with the ball. Looks like the free kick's coming in. 35 minutes in. It's 1-0 Canada. Signs are good. Crowd's filling up nicely. They're getting ready for the USA-Costa Rica match after this. One ball comes in. Dangerous ball on the edge. Canada now looking to battle for it. Loses possession. Herrera fires it in on the edge of the box, and Canada win it back. Shuffleberg now releases the ball. Gets fouled in the process. Now the ball needs to be over the top. Now the ball needs to be over the top. What are you thinking? Choinière should have released the ball 10 years ago and didn't. Choinière should have released that ball as soon as he got it over the top. Oluwaseyi was breaking through and would have been clean on net. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Look at the picture. Look at the picture. The man's making the run and you delay the ball. Choinière is guilty of not delaying the ball. And I'll tell you what, the general normally gets kudos and gets the praise. And that time you blew it. You got to say, you blew it. You should have passed that through. There's 2-0 right on the board and a lot better going into half-time. "36 minutes, 7-0 corners. Canada has had 7 corners to Guatemala's 0. It's 1-0. Corner coming in now. Decent corner, in deep. Get on the end of it. Pick it off. It's already blown down. Referee's coming in. Well done, referee. Alistair Johnson in the middle of things. But again, referee's doing a great job. Not letting things slide, keeping on top of things. And that's what you like to see. A game like this needs a strong referee. You got a strong referee? Hey, I tell you what, you'll have a better day when the proceedings are finished. Yeah, Mr. Herrera from Costa Rica has done a fine job. Escobar down on the floor, rolling, reeling, ruling around. And you got to say, referee's having none of it. Mr. Herrera walking over. You watch what he does next. Watch what he does next. And watch how he's looking and talking. He's getting down so close to let him know, I know exactly what you're trying to play. Now get up. Great referee. Like this guy. Costa Rica fella. Yep. Kayla Herrera. He's got it. He's got it really well tonight. Doing a great job. He's had an easier time when he's been strong-handing people. But he's also run the game very well. Jacob Schaffelberg's also saying, you know, could you kind of like get these guys to stop kicking me around and maybe, you know, get on them too? And you can see a great conversation coming off right now between Schaffelberg and Kayla Herrera, the referee. It's great stuff. It's great stuff. It's great to see it. It really is. It is great to see it. But again, I'm really impressed with the referee. I'm impressed right now, 1-0. It's not been an easy game. But JD did tuck that penalty away beautifully, yeah. Low, hard, right there where the keeper can't go. Should have quite a few minutes added time in this first half, that's for sure as well. What can Tenya do for Guatemala to change this game up? What can Guatemala do to change this game? 1-0 down at halftime. You look back at the games that Canada's played so far in this tournament. 1-0 down at halftime. You look back at the games that Canada's played so far in this tournament. Apart from Honduras, we really haven't blown people out of the park per se or owned it for 90 minutes. So there will be times where Guatemala has chances. They just need to fire one in the net. If they got a goal here before half-time, what would the nerves be like on the Canadian national team? If they get a goal late in the second half, that could put you to penalties. We saw that with Panama and Honduras. So this game's got a long way to go. The mission is not even halfway set. And Canada's got a lot more work to do, a lot of more missions to complete before we get even close to getting to a semi-final. We're halfway there in this match. Ball down right now. Go on, Tejon. Take him. Unlucky. Gets a little bit of a nick. Oh, dear. Was that the hamstring? He's going down. He's going down. It was a slip on that turf that did it to him. Just like a racehorse. Just like a racehorse. Yeah, that's hamstring city. Let's see what he does. He's walking around at the moment. He's trying to feel it. I'm watching him. He's walking it. He's walking it, and he's walking uneven. He's literally favoring a leg at the moment. Schaffelberg picking up a yellow. That'll surprise him. But hey, take a look. Escobar gets the hit and then does the scissor, takes the dive, wins the free kick. Schaffelberg gets a yellow. But let's concentrate on what's happening with Tejon Buchanan. Let's see what happens over the next couple of minutes. He seems to be okay so far. He's got the ball. When he hits the ball, when he passes the ball, he's looking okay. He's looking okay. He felt something tear in the hammy because that's exactly where his hand went, back up high under his ass. So let's hope that doesn't become something of an issue because that certainly would limitate Canada on the right side. And again, look where Johnson is. I want him further up the field, wider. If he goes further wide and further up the field, it's a short pass to Tejon, and Tejon doesn't have to keep sprinting. So, again, I said this before the game started. Alistair Johnson needs to get up higher on the right side and push Tejon further on to own the space and to make life easy. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Tejon coming off or at least changed out. There's games still to go. If you feel something, you got to tell the coach. You got to tell the physio, and you got to go. Remember when Ahmed got nobbled in the last game and they kept playing him and it ended up worse? Well, that's the situation. When you get an injury, you got to get out. You got to get out, and you got to get rehab training situation set up. You got to get the physio on it right away. Great interception there. I tell you, Fordralis, brilliant interception. Nice play releasing us down the left wing, but it doesn't come to nothing. Throw in coming up to Guatemala. Don't kid yourself. Guatemala's still in this game, guys. They're still in this game. Tough little nation to break down, like I said they would be. They're going to be tough for the 90 minutes plus, and they have been so far, and they will be right till the end. There's no doubt about it. They will not be going anywhere but here. So I'm keeping my eyes on Tejon, and the running looks good. The changing of the feet, the weight displacement from leg to leg looks totally fine. It doesn't look like he's favoring anything. Forgerellis well defended there. Well defended. He had Santis all over him like a rash ball coming in, shot coming safely into Dane St. Clair's hands. But Santis was all over Forgerellis. And he did great. He's coming of age, actually. He's coming of age as an international defender, in my opinion. Still a bit of immaturity to his game, but all over, though, you have to say there is signs of an intent for a great player of the future for Canada and the national team. If not a 1 or a 2 attempts or a 3 attempts to get into it, but per se, not a squad player anymore. Put it in the back of the net. Great save by the keeper down low. I tell you, JD does what he does best. Releases the shot instantly with anything. Notice some of JD's goals, they're not all with the inside or the outside of the foot. It can be the toe. It can be the heel from his head. It could be off his knee. Even some cannon on off his butt. It doesn't matter how it hits you. But look, that outstretched leg, that's a great save down low. Navarro makes that one-hander, pushes it past the post, and JD knew he was close on. Coming up to half-time, 44 minutes. We'll see about the added time and what we've got. Then we'll talk half-time, briefly, take a short break and come back for the second half. But so far, so good. It's not been a fantastic performance. It's been a workmanlike performance. It's been a battle of attrition. Like I said, it was the consummate CONCACAF game that we were going to watch and see that we've seen for decades. It's exactly what it is. The only difference is we're the bigger team, where for decades we were the minnow. Tejon now taps off, keeps the ball, well played. Forgerellis clears long. That's what you need to do. Go long. When in doubt, get it out. Put the pressure on their defense. 45 minutes is nearly up. I suspect we've got about 5 or 6 minutes added time to come. Herrera now gathers the ball. He's had a great half. Number 7 for Guatemala, Herrera. He's had a great half. He's done very well. Chippy Ricky just got poleaxed. Absolutely, Jeffrey. Absolutely. Jeffrey Perrin in the chat says, guys, if you can't see it, Jeffrey says, if you have an injury, it's your duty to go on one knee. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I tell you, Tejon's running good now. He's running good now. Whatever. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I tell you, Tejon's running good now. He's running good now. Whatever pulled back there wasn't the damage that you normally associate with that kind of hamstring pull per se. When you watch someone grasping that leg, you know something just happened. And when you know about hamstring injuries and you see Tejon Buchanan, the way he just battled physically on both feet, side to side, weight displacement and everything else, then that really does confirm that he's okay. If he had any doubts, he wouldn't be taking them 2 guys on. He wouldn't be making them challenges. He wouldn't have the strength. The pain would be too much. So therefore, having surveyed him now for 10 minutes, I'm quite happy. It might be a minor tear, which will keep you in the game. So there you go. Halftime coming up. We got 4 minutes added time. I thought we would have had more, but 4 minutes is as is. Let's just keep it as it is. Ball down the right side. Guatemala looking to break free. Canada intercept. No foul on Chaunier. Ball over the top. Should have been a call from Dane St. Clair there. Where was the call? Ball came into the box. Dane St. Clair needed to be screaming for that ball to literally soften the situation. Free kick now on the edge of the box. 47 minutes coming up. Big up Untold FL. How you doing, my bruv? And Untold FL says, Kone or Saliba for Chaunier at halftime. He's been poor. I got to say, it hasn't been Chaunier's best day, and he normally brings more than he does. But some of the passing, some of the anticipation has killed him in this game. And he would also probably say right now, I'm not playing my best game. take me out per se, but who wants to come off? But I do agree. Saliba or Kone, who do you bring in? Kone, remember, he's had his issues in the tournament so far. I'd be going with Saliba, tell you the truth. Free kick in, deep into the box. Great ball. Goes wide to the left side of the box. Who's there first? Tajon Buchanan. That's a goal kick. That's a goal kick. I'll tell you what, a little bit of afters there. Little bit of afters. Referee calms it down. Great referee. He's done fantastic. Kelly Herrera, the referee tonight. Fantastic referee from Costa Rica. Done absolutely magnificent as a referee. This is the kind of referee you need for this match. He's been brilliant. Corner now. Danger. Smell danger. Ball on the edge of the box now. Guatemala looking to chip it in. It goes into the danger spot. Headed over. Goes for a corner. Guatemala get another kick at it. 48 minutes gone. Coming into the final minutes of the first half. 1-0 to Canada. Penalty from Jonathan David. And since then, not much has gone wrong for Canada. Owning the game, but just can't get that second goal. It's a physical match. It's your typical CONCACAF battle. Corner coming in now. Guatemala looking to tie the game just before half-time. Ball in. Great corner on the penalty spot, but it goes too long. They gather. Chip the ball back in. It's loose on the edge of the box. Battles are flying. JD now puts the ball all the way, and it gets intercepted. Unfortunately there for Schaffelberg. He could have been in. And I tell you, referee's going over to Jacob Schaffelberg. Man down. He's off. Jacob Schaffelberg off. Jacob Schaffelberg is off. Very unfortunate. But you could see this coming. Look at the way the first half went for Jacob Schaffelberg. He's on the yellow. He's in a physical battle. One more and he's off. Jesse Marsh. I'm asking Jesse Marsh. What do you think about that? I'll tell you now, there's a lot of coaches out there like you right now would have said, you're on a yellow. You're getting a physical battle. It's getting close to being out of control, both ends of it. Not you, not just Herrera, not just Pinty, not just anybody. But this was a game where you could see this happening. Not a terrible foul. Not two terrible fouls. But you've seen this in football happen before. Yeah, and Untold FL, I got to agree with you, man. I got to agree with you. 2 points you make. Everybody, Untold FL makes 2 points. Yeah, and Untold FL, I got to agree with you, man. I got to agree with you. 2 points you make. Everybody, Untold FL makes 2 points here. Wow, Schaffelberg, horrible. Good call from the referee too. I got to agree. Watch it. Watch the challenge. Where's the elbow? You know that guy's coming in. And you've hit him with the shoulder pretty much high up. I got to agree with the referee. I have to. And I think, again, Jesse Marsh, could you not see your guy getting a little bit hot under the collar? Yeah. You're the coach. There's a few things in this tournament with Jesse Marsh that haven't sat right on Sold FL. I'm telling you now. I'm telling everybody else. That there, you could see getting out of control. The penalties at the Canadian Shield, where Jesse Marsh was totally blown away that we were going to penalties. Hadn't prepared. It makes me wonder how his routine is with the coaching and his philosophy in and around the team. Ball coming in now into danger zone. Guatemala looking to battle for the ball. It's going wide, offside, and the ball comes back. Canada now can relax. 1-0 down, but it's 10-11. 10-11. Now Canada will see how we do with a man less. I don't think it hurts us that bad, but tell you what, Jonathan David's coming off shaking his head. Yeah, he's shaking his head and he's swearing like a trooper too. I think he's had enough of the CONCACAF stuff. You know, first three letters, con. We used to get conned all the time, didn't we, eh? Remember that? 20, 30 years ago, 10 years ago, we got treated like idiots on the field and all sorts of things. Referee's decision was correct there. There's no problem with that. I'm explaining with Jonathan David. He's not happy. He's not happy at all. Back into the chat, Untold FL. Marsh obviously has told his players to be very aggressive, and it's backfired. You know, I got to agree with that. And the first time, like, you can see the teams that Jesse Marsh coached over in Europe. There's high press. Well, there's high press, high intensity. Yeah, it puts pressure on defenses and on midfielders that have got the ball in their half per se, and you have the chance to pick them off and score a goal. But ask yourself one question. Just one question with that. How often do you see teams pick the ball off the other team and go and straight away and score a goal? You've seen a lot where the goalkeeper's messed up in his own box. Yeah, I give you that. Yeah. Trying to play out or trying to be cute with the ball. But you don't get scored on with the team pressing at you all the time because people know how to play that press. And Jesse Marsh, his tactics, although effective at time, not all the time. And the gaps that you're left with from a press, we're not playing the 5-on-5 like Guatemala. Guatemala has 5 guys in a formation for forward work, and 5 in a formation for the defensive mop-up. You had a goalkeeper like normally Hagen that can steady the ship, and Navarro's done a great job tonight. They control the game. But Jesse Marsh and his tactics, Leeds United, I watched them when they were in the Premiership with Jesse Marsh not so long ago, and they got relegated. They were not successful. They played quasi an attractive style of football, but it wasn't successful. It won games, it drew a couple, but it also lost games. So again, it's the tactics. And with Schaffelberg, did you not think that things were heating up on the left wing there, and that the physical, the mental, the CONCACAF conning the referee game and everything that I talked about in the pregame, that wouldn't factor in because it factored in getting Schaffelberg sent off. They've been yearning and wanking for the referee to pull out a yellow card here and there all game long. Yeah? When you see him on the ground, da-da-da-da. So it's paid off, and the pressure around the ref eventually worked him down. The call was correct for the red card, second yellow. Correct for the red card, second yellow card, yeah? But it's the point that when Schaffelberg was on a yellow card, he should have been taken out. If you can't recognize that style of football that you're watching right now, and you can't see that you're going to get one of your guys in trouble, and you're the coach that could certainly stop it happening, then why are you there on the bench? Really, you've got to be able to recognize that. Yeah, this white bristle here means I've watched a lot of football. But if I was watching and not taking it in, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. If I hadn't learned the game and everything around it, the nuances to recognize that he was playing himself into trouble, and one more 50-50, which was coming, because this match is all about 50-50 challenges, and they're coming through you. And being a human being, you're going to get a little bit pissed off at time. And the final foul that took Schaffelberg off the field was a good foul. It was a proper foul, and the referee made the right call. But it was unnecessary. And again, I got to say, Jesse Marsh, you should have recognized this, my friend. You should have recognized this. There was no need for that to have happened. Anyway, let's take a look at some of the stats. We know we're 10 on 11 right now, and people looking around, I tell you, Guatemala's going to be loving this. 10 on 11, second half. We've literally given them hope. We've literally made them feel now that they can get back in this and get something out of the game. But 10 on 11, a guy down. In at the chat. Rude Canadian, big up, man, big up. Worried about this back half. Yeah, you know, looking at the stats quickly, 59 to 41% possession, 4 to 3 shots Canada, 2 on target for Guatemala, 7 to 2 corners for Canada, 9 fouls to 5. Canada, 9. Guatemala, 5. Now, second half, worried about the second half? Yes. What are we going to do about it? You got 10 on 11. We're not going to be threatening to go forward all the time, but really we only need to slide one player out of sync. Keep the defense as it is. Keep the defense as it is. Keep the midfield as it is. And where Schaffelberg would have been midfield life, just bring a forward into that midfield setup. So you're pretty much looking, if you want it, basically a 4-4-1 for the second half. Gives us great defensive posture and midfield posture with one guy up front and you can get 2 midfielders surging through. The midfielders will surge through to make 3 going forward. So again, 4 at the back, 4 midfield, 1 up front, or you could have a 4-3-2. But eventually, 4 at the back is going to be the best way to play because they've got the extra man. They can make the overlapping runs. They can overload each side, left side, right side. So we have to make one clear. We got to defend 1 goal because getting the second goal might not happen. Point being, mission second half is this. Solid defense. Play with confidence. Don't tic-tac-toe out of your own box. Play the ball long into midfield, but not long into the own half. If you're playing it long into the other half, all you're doing is giving the ball back, and you're going to stay under pressure all game. We have to have moments where we own the ball as well. But we got to play calm, and we got to play cutesy, and the tactics have got to work for the situation. So again, 4-4-1 or 4-3-2 to set up the second half. That's what I do. Who would I bring in? Who would I bring out? I would bring no one in, no one out right now. If I'm going to say someone has to change it, Jacob Schaffelberg forced my hand because I didn't want to bring you out. You brought yourself out. Who am I going to bring out for the team right now? I tell you what, I'm going to go into it right now with you. Choinière, Saliba in. That 4 at the back, Johnson, Forgerelis, Cornelius, and Larea. Keep it as it is. Midfield, Tejan Buchanan, yes. Siga, Choinière comes out. Saliba comes in. Oluwase slips into midfield. Jonathan David, the lone man on top. When we get the ball, as a 4-4-1, Oluwase slips out, goes into 2 up front. So he's got to be thinking on-off ball all the time. As soon as we got the ball, Oluwase needs to come out of midfield and join Jonathan David as a 2 up front. The midfield 3, which was 4, needs to be 3 and separate across the field evenly. So we got 2 guys wide, 1 in the middle. So 3 in the middle, 2 up front when we have the ball. A 4-3-2 motion moving in towards attack. But a 4-4-1 when we don't have the ball. That will get us through the second half, no problem at all. Everybody's very comfortable with the 4-4-2 situation, which is your 4-4-1. Everybody's comfortable with a 4-3-2 situation. It won't make a problem for anybody, and it's very, very simple to operate for everybody. And you can change and interchange people all second half to bring in fresh legs to keep their energy levels up, and no one will have a problem. And that's very simple, and that's exactly what I would do. Out there, coach, what would you do? What system would you use? I'm saying 4-4-1 to kick it off, slipping into a 4-3-2. Possession, go long into midfield, but don't just throw it down the other end of the field. Definitely still in the driving seat. Guatemala's got to come out and get that goal. They've shown that they can, so don't mess around with the back end, which has given you such good service throughout the last couple of games, the last couple of years. Keep the defense in the midfield as is. Back into the chats. Gonna have a quick tea break, geezers. Back into the chat, yes. So Ground Zero, big up Ground Zero. Ground Zero says, I don't know what Schaff was thinking. He knew that he had a red card or a yellow card already. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, look, if I'm playing on a yellow card, I'm going to be delicate around the other guys. I'm going to go out of my way not to like write myself on the red card, yeah? You can I point the finger at Jesse for not highlighting and getting him out there early, but you also got to lay some blame to Schaff as well because it was a stupid mistake. It was a stupid challenge, and you didn't have to make it. And I mean, going on your own is nearly close to half-time. I think that's just pure frustration out of Jacob that you normally don't get to see. And when he looks back on it, he'll have learned something there, but when you take a red like that in this situation, who does it hurt? It don't hurt you, the player. It hurts the team. That's like a selfish red card. Just saying, it's like a selfish act. You know you're on yellow, so you're on the money, Ground Zero. You're on the money. Also, he also says, Ground Zero also says, I always say that is what happens when you play too emotional and let the other team get into your head. Bingo. On the money, both takes there. On the money. You could see it coming through. You know, you had this gut feeling. Anyway, what is done is done. And I hope Jacob is literally feeling it, because a situation like that, it questions your temperament. And when you get into the far end, the deep end, and you've been trying to get your ass into this team and be part of it as a number one, as he's becoming, and then you go and do something like that, the coach has 1 or 2 decisions to make. when you come off your ban, do I play you? When you come off your ban, do you sit on the bench or in the stands? Because it kind of changes up the mojo. And you played so honest and so intense for so many games, getting yourself to this point for Canada, and then you go and do that. It is forgivable, absolutely, but it's not forgettable. And no one in that team should forget what he just did because he put everybody under pressure. Back into the chat, guys. Untold FL, I think our individual quality will allow us not to be put under immense pressure. But all it takes is for a player to lose focus for 1 second. Yeah. Let's see at the end of this game if you're right, Untold FL, especially with the line. But all it takes is for a player to lose focus for 1 second. Yeah. I hope not. I really not, because we've seen enough of that in the past, haven't we? Eh? Jeffrey Perrin in the chat says, I was thinking Schaff should have been taken out of the game right after the yellow. Brilliant. You could see it coming, couldn't you, hey? And we don't normally see Schaff get into stupid stuff like this. He normally gets booted and moves on. But I think the amount of attacks he's had and kickings he's taken in this tournament, it might have just worn him down. You know, he's going out there thinking like, man, I go out there and all I do is get kicked to bits. And it's getting under his skin, and you just saw it. Like I say, frustration popping out. It's forgivable, not forgettable, and it damages his street cred within starting positions at the moment. Yeah, so he can't start next game. Done. Boom. Depending on what CONCACAF deem with that, do they deem that as a violent play or as just a regular one-match ban? You know, it is CONCACAF. CONCACAF. Anyway, Jeffrey Perrin, I totally agree with you. And I think everybody listening and everybody watching around the world will agree with you what you just said. I was thinking Schaff should have been taken out of this game right after the yellow card, and I so agree. Maria Diaz, corruptus CONCACAF, well, Canada, no gushing. Maria, love it, mate. Love it, lady. Love it. Corruptus CONCACAF, yeah, totally. And you know what? Even El Gringos, El Gringos, they even say CONCACAF's corrupt. Yes. And we have fun doing it. And FIFA. Big business FIFA. The lovely people at FIFA. Yeah. CONCACAF, the lovely people. Yes. Maria Diaz. I think you got a point there. Corruptos CONCACAF. Voodoo Pork Chop. How you doing? How do you make a silly mistake like that after having a yellow already? Insert some speed. We will have to rely on counters. I don't like this, but David would like to come off. You know, that's a great point with David. We can play the roulette. We can try and gamble here, right? But I'm going to go back to the top of yours there, Voodoo Pork Chop. How do you make a silly mistake like that? Yeah, after having a yellow already. The game's going to be starting up in a minute, guys. I didn't take a break because it's just too good to stop. We will have to rely on counters. I say counters is the only way. And like I say, that long ball wide left. So if you're coming out of defense with the ball, defender has the ball. We got to go wide with the ball, not through the middle because we're going to get intercepted. Remember, we're outnumbered 10 to 11. We got to go wide with the ball, keep that safe. Ideally, hard, low, wide. And then that guy's got to one-time it straight over the top. So you have that two-player. The two guys up front have got either left or right to chase. And if you chase right, the other guy's got to chase left for the ball back across the box. Simple plays are going to get you through. But, got to say, David is still there. Oli will say still there. This will show you what the coaching team is doing. Okay, second half, keep your eyes on this and we'll see what the coaching's doing. But the game is about to go again. Let's get 45 minutes more excitement. But thank you, everybody in the chat at halftime. Love the content. And remember, like, subscribe, join us. Be here all the time. Tejon now taking 2-on-1. Goes past 2, gets the crossover, wins the corner. Yes, he does. Does he not? I don't think he does. He's laughing, though. He's laughing. That's a good sign. Tejon is laughing, okay? When your players are laughing, they're having a good time. It means one thing. In a game like this, he's over the mental. It's not affecting him. He's got to such a level as such a player right now. He's got a charisma around him. He doesn't bother with people messing with him anymore. He knows it's part of the game. He's grown up. And in the last 3 years, Tajon Buchanan has really turned into a top player and a very well-disciplined player. And I'll tell you what, he learned that in Italy, not at Belgium. He may have learned some of that with Bruges, but that mentality that he's got right now, looking like a real thoroughbred, he learned that in Italy, 100%, because they won't stand for garbage. They won't stand for it. Ball breaks free. Canada looking to press with 2 up front, but they won't have much to it. Going back into the pork shop as we go through it. I don't like this, but David would likely come off. That's a point I could possibly see in maybe 20, 25 minutes. I could see JD coming off. I think that is likely something we need to watch out for. Untold FL, I really want to play the US in the semis. Jonathan David, Hattie, if we get there. Oh, yes. Oh, wow. What a thought. What a thought. What a thought. 47 minutes coming in. Canada still won. We've got a guy sent off. Yes, Schaff was sent off for a double foul, a yellow-red late in the first half. We're 10 on 11, 1-0 up. But that is an unbeautiful, beautiful kick out there. Going wide where you need it. Down the line, unfortunate. We can't get onto it. Keep it wide. Keep it safe. Lovely, lovely, lovely. But yeah, Untold FL. I really want to play the US in the semis. I agree with that. I agree with that. You'd have a big crowd for one. Great atmosphere for two. You'd have loads of tissues on site. And if Jonathan David got a hat-trick, that would be mammoth, man. I'll tell you what. I mean, I'm waiting for him to do it at a big team. Remember in a few big games we've had where JD really has come up with nothing? Come up with a hat-trick against the US. Wow, that would be something crazy, crazy, crazy. But I'll tell you what, the US are probably looking to play us as well. They probably fancy their chances as well. They're like, yeah, we'll take on Canada. Ball in the middle now. Guatemala looking for the shot. And again, nicely played. Nice and calmly out of defense there. Wow. I'll tell you what, referee's bringing a free kick back. He's having a word with Ricky. Chippy Ricky's getting some attention. Chippy Ricky's getting some attention. He always does. I tell you, Robles is really in his face there back there, but it's a great physical battle. And like I said in the pregame, this is going to be your CONCACAF game, battle of attrition, lots of physical. Guatemala know how to play the game. They know the mentality. Hey, Latin America lives and breathes for football. And Guatemala is just the same. Beautiful field, beautiful scenes. Crowd is getting bigger. Hopefully they get to see a few more goals from Canada. But like I say, 10 on 11, that's going to be hard to now get that second or even think about a third goal. Guatemala will have chances, will have space to overlap, double up on the wide side. They're playing very smart positionally, nice and wide. They're making the field huge right now. Canada intercepts, going forward, tic-tac-toe. Jonathan David on the ball now. Where's he go? Goes wide. Tajon Buchanan all on his own. Mobbed by players. Mobbed by players. Comes inside across the box. Taps off. Chaunier now. Canada got some possession going. Keeping the ball high upfield. Chaunier again. Taking way too long on the ball. Terrible pass by Chaunier. What the hell is he thinking, passing that back to the keeper? I'd take Chaunier off right now. I'd take him off right now. He needs to go. Voodoo Pork Chop, David is in. He is, my man. He is. Voodoo Pork Chop says, slow the game down, use the turf and sidelines, frustrate them, then hit the KO. Yeah, I tell you what, that's perfect CONCACAF tournament football. Frustration, play tough, get a breakaway, and squeak the winner. Right now, it's a 1-0 that Canada has over Guatemala. But ask yourself, do you feel comfortable with this 1-0? Or is it squeaky bum time for the next 50 minutes? I'm kidding you. 45. Ball over the top. Dane St. Clair, nice cover, well collected. But again, Guatemala having more of the ball, more time on the ball. Looking like they're going to get into it. Tajon Buchanan, ball down the line there. Fantastic. Chippy Ricky now moving forward. Tajon gets it back. Looking to tease. Tajon taking. Gets the ball through. Battles on one-on-one. Tajon Buchanan slams it. Gets blocked. Another block. Choinière getting into the affray too late. Choinière should have been there 5 seconds earlier. He's getting into play too late. Got to get him out of play. Voodoo Pork Chop, we will suffer, but that's part of the growth process. I tell you. Things are happening. One guy who's impressed me is the guy with the throne right now. Herrera's had a very good game for Guatemala in defense. Very smooth on the ball, knows where to be. Timing's been perfect, and he's strong as an ox as well. Canada moving forward. Buchanan, left side. Nice play into the middle. Guatemala looking to come out. Intercepted one more time. Now that crowd is looking a lot better. That's good to see. Excuse me. I'm quite surprised how much Canada is looking to go forward, actually. But your best defense is an offense. But that's normally with 11 guys. But I am surprised how deep we want to go upfield. I think that we need to think about a cutesy pass, one over the top, but not leave ourselves short at the back. Even you are saying the same things, guys. Ball down the side now. Look how much space he's got there. This is criminal. He should never have that space. Even Chippy Ricky's having a go. Should never have that space. Untold FL. Choinière is very frustrated today. Sub him out, Jesse. I mean, what's he waiting for? We're nearly 60 minutes in, yeah? Substitutions coming in at 75 minutes. Don't change games unless it's a bloody miracle shot, yeah? But you've seen the football all your life. Substitutions need to happen between 55 and 60 minutes for the guy to get in the game and make an impact. Choinière needs to come out. Get Saliba in there anytime, please. That'll do for me. Ball into the box. Wide open the far side. Shot coming in. Over the bar. Really a huge chance for Santis. Blazes it way over. He had so much time. He could have brought it down and took another tap. Watch this carefully. It's missed. He could have brought it down, take a tap inside and hit it with the right peg into the corner. Blazes it over. Massive chance. That might be one of the best chances they get this second half. And Santis knows he blew it. Absolutely. Voodoo Pork Chop says we need some sandpaper at the number 6 spot. Absolutely we do. And we haven't got it, but absolutely we do. And we haven't got it right now, and we haven't had it all game. And we need it. You can see the warning signs on this game. You really can. Excellent play by JD. The way he hesitates and holds up the play. He wins Seager time with the ball. Seager now in the corner. 2-on-1. Nice play again. Excellent play once again by JD. He gets the ball back to Seager. Cross comes in. No, he fakes it. Now the cross comes in. Far side. Unluckily, well defended. Tajon Buchanan nearly gets to it. Just flashes past the post. Nice effort by Alistair Johnson. Watch Tajon on the back post. There's Johnson onside. Ball comes across. And he just doesn't get there. Good defense. Gets in there just in front of Tajon. Now the corner. This would be one of the best opportunities in the second half now from a set play for Canada to add 1 to make it 2. Choinière now places the ball. To me, he looks tired. He looks slow. He looks worn out. It looks like he's played 3 games today. He needs to be off. Corner coming in. He's heavy-legged. Keeper claims. Beautiful claim by Hernandez, I should say. Some little tussle going on at halfway, but nothing going on about it. Canada get the ball back. Mendes can't connect. Tajon Buchanan down the left side. 3-on-1 now. Goes past 1. Tries to get past 2. Just can't make it. Tajon now looking to win the ball back. And give Canada credit for being a man down. They're working harder now than they did before. And they normally say 10 men work way harder than 11 men. And you can watch matches in history. Canada recently had one where we were up a man And those 10 men against us played harder than we did. Our 10 men today are playing harder than the 11 men in the first half. Imagine that. So you normally get a result. 10 men working hard normally gets a result. They're focused on the defense and just on counterattacks. They don't waste time going forward. It's just counterattacks. If we can go forward with the ball, quick passing, we will. But we're not going to sit. If we can go forward with the ball, quick passing, we will. But we're not going to sit here all day and waste 50, 60 passes trying to get up the field. We'll defend and win free kicks. Just like, yeah, referee's got in there. Referee just saves Chippy Ricky from going in the book. Kyler Herrera. Remember the ref. He's done a fantastic job. Kyler Herrera. He's keeping all the flies away from the Canadian players because the flies want to get one red card to become two. Then they'll own the game. And if you think for 1 minute that when Guatemala went off the field and had the team talk at halftime, that they came back in the second half saying, let's try and manipulate another red card. If you think they haven't talked about that, you'd be fooling yourself. They definitely will have. Whenever they attack one of ours off the ball, they come together as a unit. That doesn't happen unless you've been briefed. So again, Kayla, the referee, has done a fantastic job. Mr. Herrera, one of the best performances I've seen in a long time. Time for a swig. Jesse's got the ball on the side. No, it's actually he's kept. There he does. He now gets to keep the ball on the side. Chippy Ricky has had another one of his chippy games. And I tell you what, it really is. It's good to have it. It's good to have it. Substitution coming up. Jefferson's coming in. Tajon's off. Round of applause there for Tajon Buchanan. I think it's smart to bring him out. When you have one of your top players doing all the running and the work, eventually you're taking a lot of energy out of it. Jefferson going through now one-on-one. I'll tell you what, referee, no foul. Absolutely correct call. Correct call. No foul on Jefferson. Johnson going through the man. And Fujirolis runs him out of play. That's the physical side of the game that you just do naturally. Well done by him. Jefferson crashing through. Nearly gets through, but his own momentum takes him out of the play. We did discuss before the match that we felt that Guatemala was going to be a difficult opponent, and they've proven to be a difficult opponent. Long way to go. 32 minutes still left in the game, plus time. There's a long way to go. There's much to be written where this match will finish. But Guatemala are playing the life and the game of this year. This is the top performance this season by the Guatemala team. They're giving everything. They're in the game. They're not going anywhere, but they're definitely in this game. And as time wears on, legs are going to get longer. You get tired when you defend, but you get tireder when you're a downer man. So Canada, again, going to have to work hard. You're going to have to play clever. And no tic-tac-toeing in the wrong place. Keep the ball going long. Ball into the top, open space now. Taps it off. Guatemala looking dangerous in the box. Great clearance once again. Alice Johnson boots the ball and the man. Everything goes to top, open space now. Taps it off. Guatemala looking dangerous in the box. Great clearance once again. Alice Johnson boots the ball and the man. Everything goes good. Guatemala looking to get back on the attack again. But again, Guatemala playing a fantastic game. Lots of speed coming into the hands of Dean St. Clair, but they're whipping the ball with speed, running. And I tell you what, there is a good card coming up. Absolutely. Rubin thinks he's been fouled. Take a close look. Rubin in the middle. Does he seem to have been pushed or fouled anything? Take a close look. There's an arm on his back. The shirt has been pulled. Fujirolis pulls his shirt. Now, if they go to VAR, it's unlikely that this is a penalty per se. But if they go to VAR, you can clearly see the shirt was pulled. He goes down too easy is the problem. What I would say to Forgerolis is keep your hands to yourself. You give people nightmares when you make stuff like that. I know there's a lot of clutching and grabbing in the new game, but something you've seen penalties given for less. Someone needs to have a word with the young man. Cornelius needs to have a word. Dangerous times. Dangerous times. It's only going to take a split second for a goal, but if you hand somebody something, one goal may become two. Referee's doing a great job, like I say. He's running a great ship, no doubt about it. He's not the one that's considering where this game is coming from. He's not the one that's going to decide how it ends up. Sometimes you have referees decide the match with things they do. We have an impartial referee, and it's lovely to see. Again, Guatemala, 61 minutes in. One loss in 2025. Great expansive football by Guatemala right now. Going left, going right. Ball comes to Guatemala right now. Going left, going right. Ball comes into the far post. It goes all the way through the box. Chippy Ricky runs it out of play and gets it off. Keeps it on. There's a foul coming up. And maybe a talking to. Maybe it's talking to. Pinto number 4, not on a yellow card yet, but had he have got a yellow card in the first half when he decided to, and he's done these kind of challenge all match long, going through the man from behind. He's done these challenges all match long. In a major league, he would be getting carded. That's the only knock I've got against Hector Herrera. But again, 62 minutes in, still 1-0. Canada literally living on a lifeline here. 1-0. And literally in a 50-50 roulette game at the moment. This game could spin off and go either way right now. We are in a very, very delicate situation within this match. You could see this match spurning the second goal for Canada, but you could also see Guatemala getting a goal and putting us in trouble. And looking at the one point of this tournament, look how bad we looked against Curacao and El Salvador in both of those matches. And we are 30 in the world. This is a similar kind of game. Ball coming in deep now. Goes all the way through to Navarro. Nice pick. He's done it all night long. Took the long clearance all the way down the field. Santis can't get past him. Great method. If you've got guys with pace, left and right, get the goalkeeper to kick the ball all the way down the field. Boom. Keep it wide. Don't go central. If you kick it into central defenders all night long, you're going nowhere. You put it wide, you're winning real estate. You're taking the field. You're literally moving up there. You're in the game. Don't go in the middle. Always go wide. Long throw comes in. Dangerous. Headed back. Guatemala have possession. Going wide. Looking for the cross. It comes in. Beautiful fake. Crosses the ball. Beautiful take. Dane St. Clair punches out. Brilliant. Jefferson fighting for the ball. Wins the ball. Can he get past two? No, he can't. Literally, Guatemala sandwiched out of the play. Guatemala right side of the field looking to come forward. Long ball launched over the top. Far side. He's open, but is he going to get there? He does. Brilliant play. And he gets the cross off. Finally, goes for the throw. Guatemala are in the ascendancy. They are full of confidence. They are loving what's going on. They're loving every moment of this. The movement, the play, the creativity, it's just the finish they need. They bring that finish on, it'll end up 1-1. Ball in the middle, goes wide. Deflection. Canada under some real pressure now. The one man on the top, the 10 on 11. Remember, Schaffelberg, sent off, first off, yellow-red, 2 yellow card situations. And now, Guatemala is commanding the game. Canada need to bring everything they can. We want to have a happy Canada Day in a couple of days. We don't want to be looking back on a bad game. So let's keep it on. Keep it going. Come on, boys. Need to stay in the game. Use the body. All you were saying now, use the body. Brilliant play. Keeps especially 4 guys around him. Doesn't win the foul because there is no foul. Herrera says, play on. The referee keeping the game live. This is a fantastic match, guys. If you're the neutral, you must be enjoying this match. Remember, like, subscribe, join the family. Ultimate Soccer, Canada, live watch-alongs every game. Wrexham, all season long, live watch-alongs. But now, ball comes into the box, dangerous cross, headed over. Another opportunity gone missing. Strong arm defending by Canada right now, but I tell you what, Guatemala in the ascendancy looking like a completely different unit than the first half. In the first half, they were offering you sporadic counterattacks. Now they're going full ball, looking for that goal, looking to get a 1-1. And I guarantee you, there'll be a lot of American fans cheering them on too, as well as all the Guatemala fans that are there right now. But a nervy game now for Canada. Right now. But a nervy game now for Canada. And another learning lesson for some of the youngsters to play within this and to still be on top. Ball deep into the Canadians' box, headed out. It's going to be picked up by Guatemala. They pick it up. Shot comes in. Blocked again. Jefferson, far side, picks up the ball, looking for support. Now passes off. Bad pass. That's a lazy man's pass by Chaunier again. He needs to come out immediately. Jesse Marsh, do your damn job. Get him out. We've been saying this for 20 minutes. Untold FL just says, we need a change in midfield. Can't be more clear. End of story. Absolutely. Voodoo Porkchop says, we may not benefit from having two defenders, midfielders now. Make a change at the midfield. Another one. Midfielders. Get it done. Chaunier's legs are shot. He is literally shagged. Again, Guatemala now keeping great possession. Using the field, using the nuance of the game. You've seen that played so many times from left to right, and we can't even figure it out yet. Defensively, left side, Alistair Johnson, far too deep, and he needs to push wide to get on that man. He's literally nowhere. He's literally nowhere. Alistair Johnson is in nowhere land. He's literally asking for the play to be played past him, through him, and be beaten. He's absolutely asking to be beaten by the wide ball. Untold FL in the chat. What a shift Fugerelis is having. Absolutely, absolutely. I knock him for the immaturity at times, but I tell you what, I don't knock his energy. I don't knock his effort. I don't knock his desire. And I don't knock his want to stay in this team, because you can see he's playing for a spot. He's giving everything. And he's playing way above his years. Ball into the middle. There you go. One apiece. There it is. One apiece. I told you it was coming. One apiece. And a beautiful goal at that. Now we are in deep trouble. Jesse Marsh, do your damn job. You've been sitting on the bench watching it go by. Now, get on it. Watching the match go by. It couldn't be more clearer. A real coach would have seen Schaff getting in trouble. We wouldn't have been 10 on 11. We wouldn't have been in this situation. We'd have been owning the ball like they are in the second half, not watching it go by, and we wouldn't be 1-1. How more clearer can it be? Yeah, Jesse Marsh on the sideline, looking blanco, like he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. And that has happened to him before, and it's happening to Canada now. He needs to earn his damn money. Basics of the game. Basics of the game. People are thinking there may be a review for a physical play. Don't think that's going to happen. I never saw a flagging off the referee 1 second of the day. But again, that 1-1 was predictable. Beautiful finish. Absolutely beautiful finish. Rubin delicately throws himself up in the air, balances midair, and I tell you, Dane St. Clair beaten right one-on-one, all ends up. Look at Dane St. Clair's position. Can't get there. That even touches him going in. But Rubin, brilliant finish. And they've been warning us all game long, but they deserve that goal. I tell you, I cannot take it away from them. They deserve that goal for what they've done in this match. And Tenya on the sideline, well, he'll be quite happy too. We're in a battle. Is it going to be penalties? Are we looking at another Honduras, per se, taking out the big guy like they did with Panama for penalty kicks? That's the reality right now. If I was a betting man, I'd be putting money on Guatemala to snatch this game. 20 minutes. Yeah, You think of that one. We are in a very delicate position, I said 10 minutes ago. It's now been broken. And Kyle Laring comes on. There we go. Now we've got some entertainment. Kyle Laring coming on for Tani Uluwasi. And that's not a bad call. Maybe we need Kyle Laring on a corner, on a free kick, or something direct, a blunt force trauma goal, yeah? Because that's Kyle Laring's game, isn't it? Blunt force trauma. Big head, big foot, boom. Keep it coming. Well taken, Dane St. Clair. Now watch Canada slow it down. If they got anything about them, they'll slow this right down and take it to penalties. Because right now, ask yourself a question. As good as we are, do you see us getting the next goal? Or do you see them getting the next goal? Do you think it's a 50-50? Jefferson now cuts inside, surrounded by a mountain of players. Still no foul. And as long as Jefferson goes down on these tiny little fouls, the referee's not going to call it. You can see it. You can see what's happening. You can see the excitement. Check it out. I think foul for sure. But I think we might be making more out of that little foul than really we need to. We need to focus on the more apparent job at hand of not coughing up that second goal. Voodoo pork chop. Take it to pork chops. There you go. People are already saying, let's go to penalties, because you can see that this is getting away from us. And this is so unnecessary. You can see that this is getting away from us. And this is so unnecessary. This is so unnecessary. This need not happen. And that's why, and I've never done this before, guys. I never question the coach too much, okay? I normally keep it shut. But I've never talked about one coach so much in one tournament as I have with Jesse Marsch. And I haven't nailed Jesse Marsch before. But in this tournament, I'm watching it in front of my own bloody eyes. So are you. Jesse Marsch. He has been subpar. "25 years, Canada has not won this tournament. We need to be much better on the bench if we even think we can." Back into the chat. Jeffrey Perrin, Shuffle should not be starting. Yeah. In a nutshell. Absolutely. But look, excuse me. I tell you what, I totally disagree with that call. I think Ricky goes down easy, and Guatemala could have got a second goal there. I tell you what, honestly. Canada needs to be very aware that they're being played. And they need to be aware not to get sucked in. And we're getting too excited about nothing. That's the problem right now. Now, I'm going to go back. When your coach, and I can't remember right now, I could search for it. Let me find this. Somebody said something about the coach. When your coach gets all wired and sends you out aggressive. If I can see this. Give me a second, guys. Okay, I forget who said it, but one of you guys definitely said it. And you said, like, the coach has sent this team out to be too aggressive. And that's exactly what was going on there. So another thing about Jesse Marsch and his makeup, you've seen our guys acting like frustrated per se, more like junior players than experienced players that have seen this all before, that can take it in their stride. You saw Tajon Buchanan ride the BS and all the frustrating stuff in his stride. He took it. He was like, whatever. And you saw the expressions like, whatever. That's where you need to be in your head. Right now, too many guys are fired up about nothing. Fuero de nada. They're fired up about nothing. Need to focus on what the job is. One apiece. Long ball in here. Thrown into the box. Get on the end of it. Get a goal. Things look different. Referee gives the corner. Canada now. Corner coming. Nose is itching. Something's happening. It's not the brain. Samaya organising the defence. Navarro making sure everybody's on spot right now. Jonathan David in front of the goal, waiting for the scrap. Jefferson, lanky, looking for something to tap in, maybe an aerial. Choinier, who should have been off the field already, taking the corner. Keeper claims it again. How many times have we seen the same corner and claimed by Navarro Hernandez tonight for you want to say maybe we play a different kind of corner? You got to change it up. Guatemala looking more dangerous by the minute. Free kick coming up for Canada. And that'll waste a couple of seconds. Jonathan David hacked to the ground. And a welcome free kick for Canada so we can get a bit of a break. Guatemala fans are loving this. I tell you, they're loving this. They can't get enough of this. They can't get enough of this. Guatemala making a change. Darwin Lum for Rubio Rubin. And Rubin will be heralded as a national hero right now. You can guarantee your dollar on that one. Absolute hero. Number 9 going off to possibly Man of the Match award for the Guatemala Football Association on the night. Canada now in deep trouble, deep down in the field. Kyle Laring picks up the mess. Off to Jefferson, Canada in possession. Not great control there, but the ball springs free. Guatemala win it. Nice pace. He's offside. He has to be offside on this one, but it doesn't matter. Dane St. Clair picks up the scraps. Referee plays the game. Ricky Larea now looking for something to happen. Passes it off. Choinier, heavy legs. Goes inside. Canada now looking to go into the corner. Waste some time. Kyle Laring there. "13 minutes to go plus added time. A game where Canada were winning quite comfortably. And then it all started to go wrong after the red card. Second yellow for Schaffelberg. You guys rightly said it was the correct call, as did I. Because you know football. You know soccer. Ball into the box. Very dangerous. Going wide. Dane St. Clair keeps it in play. Excuse me. JD looks like he's probably going to be coming out. And just going to say, Oscar Santis, number 18 for Guatemala. He's had a very busy night. He's been very inspirational for Guatemala. And right now, the way that Guatemala are walking around the field, they're walking around as if they own the game. They're very comfortable, as if they're in control of the match. That's what I'm looking at. You probably are too. So for now, we need to just bite it, suck it in, and just keep the level. And above all, think about stuff and not just pass to nowhere. We've got to run it down. JD doesn't look like he's in any discomfort. If anything, he's probably dehydrated. There's a communication going on at the sideline. Canada fans in the crowd looking disappointed. Slightly pissed off. Not amused. This was not the game they came to see. This is not the result they thought they were going to have. Now, what would you do to change it? There's not much you can change right now because we look like a team that isn't going to go and win this game by force. There's going to have to be a mistake for us to get a lucky goal. Maybe a corner. Maybe Larin turns out to be the hero. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he gets on the end of a cross or a corner and blunt force traumas it into the back of the net. And then again, maybe he doesn't. Someone's got to step up. An impact player's got to come through for one moment. But I'll tell you now, I'm looking at all the fans in the crowd, and it's the Guatemala fans that are laughing their asses off, and it's the Canadian fans that are not too happy. And I think, Canada fans, don't be too down. Don't be too down. Let's see what happens yet. This is where we dreamt of being for many, many years. Cast your minds back 20, 30 years, Gold Cup, when we were literally struggling to get out of a group. And if we got into a quarterfinal, well, hey, that was as far as it was going to be. Nothing gained, nothing lost. But this is a different era with a different team, with a different setup and a different footballing nation. So let's ride the storm. Watch out, far side, left side, pass way open. Canada sucked in there. Pass way open. It's going to go past again. Looking for that left pass, but Canada win the ball brilliantly, and they had to, because I'll tell you what, there was a breakaway really opening up for both teams at both ends of the field. Ball comes in, and unlucky. Nothing at the end of it. Nice play. Nice play. Nice play again. But at least something's happening there, yeah? Great interception initially. Saliba spins, looks, doesn't touch the ball, but he's looking with his eyes. Great brain. And he gets a nice shot off, which it looks like he was trying to get the cross off. Is it a shot? Is it a cross? Is it a shot? You never know. It goes wide. 10 minutes to go. Canada looking a little too attack happy. I'd like to see a bit more methodic defending and not race up front. You can't play the press when you're a man down. Jesse Marsh still wanting the press. Lom takes a shot, but the referee blows it down. More substitutions coming up at the half. STEVIE'S coming on. He's had his day. And Rosales says, hey, we're still in this, and we're giving Canada problems. And who'd have thought that had been the way? But remember that pregame. We talked about what could happen in this typical CONCACAF match, and it has been a typical CONCACAF match. And Kayla Herrera, the referee, hasn't had a bad game. And yes, rightfully, we are a man down. Tic-tac-toe, the ball is literally like a ping pong machine right now. You couldn't dictate where the ball or predict where the ball was going to go next. For literally, you just saw it 20, 30 seconds there of tic-tac-toe madness. No one can put their foot on the ball. No one's got space. And again, Guatemala are quite happy right now with the one apiece and the penalties. Their structure tells me they're not going thrust just to get the ball up front to get another chance on net. They want to possess the ball, make us move, keep us moving, rock the boat left and right, east to west, north to south. Doesn't matter with this formation. They're earning time, killing the clock. Tick, tock, tick, tock. Penalty shots are coming. 7 minutes to go, plus added time. Guatemala in a situation that they never thought they'd be in. Canada on the edge of going out of a tournament, literally, where we're favoured to end up at least in the back four of the tournament. There's a lot of tired guys out there. Whoever wins this now puts the last piece of energy into this. I'm not sure what Saliba's complaining about, but it seemed he took a hit and then the shoulder's hurting. I like what I see with Saliba. He always brings you effort. He brings you something else. He's got the diverse brain, diverse feet. He doesn't do what you think he's going to do, and he leaves defenders for dead. He leaves them in his track, and he's had a great tournament so far. Jefferson battling for the ball, comes up with it, and instantly has two guys around him. Jefferson battling for the ball, comes up with it, and instantly has two guys around him. Alice Johnson wins the challenge, aerial challenge, but doesn't do anything else. Commits to the challenge again, goes right through the man, but misses the ball. He's hacked down. No call coming. Referee says play on. Johnson just getting up to his feet right now. He's had a bit of an average game as well. I sooner would love to see someone give us a massive right back in the future. I think that's a position we need coverage at. Oh, Guatemala now on the edge of the box, cycling the ball. Comes back to halfway, going left. It goes left. Not the best pass, just kept in, diving to keep the ball in. Santi has been a little hero for Guatemala today. Gets the ball back down the wing side, cuts inside, tic-tac-toe, trying to get the cross in. I tell you, there's some physical play going on there right now, and well done to the referee for keeping it alive. JD hooked down, and that's a foul, and that should be a card. Jonathan David, flat as a pancake on the floor. And Pedro Altan poleaxes JD. Looking at the stats, it's not the game we thought we were going to see. And again, the yellow and the red card for Jacob Schaffelberg is the reason why Canada are down to 10 men. I think we're going to say this is probably one of the most physical tournaments that Canada has played in over the last, I'd say, 10 years. It's been a very physical competition. But the old adage in the old game from 1867 per se, yada yada, was if you can't beat them with skill, kick them off the park. That's happened to Canada throughout the tournament. Our skilled players have been kicked off the park in every game. Down to the last 3.5 minutes. Again, Guatemala playing the ball back, going into the chat. Untold FL, inexperience cost us today, from Schaffelberg's red to the players not slowing the game down, to the late subs, inexperience all around, 100%. Beautifully said, beautifully said. Pork chop, Voodoo Pork Chop. I like Marsh. He has the team playing well, but he was passive in making changes. He is responsible for this result. 100% on the money, Voodoo Pork Chop. Absolutely. They still have way too much time and space in midfield. Again, from Voodoo Pork Chop. Again, late with the David change. They should have started the half 4-4-2. On the money. On the money. On the money. Absolutely. Instead of 3 forwards. Perfect, mate. Perfect. SSB 28. Big up to you. Big up to you. Is this tournament more physical than Copa America? That's a brilliant question. Copa America, I've seen a lot of them. Copa America. I love the silky Latino skill, the way they manage the game. Physically, is it dirtier? Is it more physical? I'd say, yeah, it is. I think you've got people taking liberties in Gold Cup matches with big players, with average referees. You look at CONMEBOL. You don't see people treating Messi like he's a second-rate player. The referees give him some protection. Di Maria, the likes of, yeah, doesn't matter who you play for. But I'd say, yeah, on average, I'd say Gold Cup, CONCACAF Gold Cup is more physical than Copa America, and it's more nasty as well. There's some of the challenges to go through that you do not see in Copa America. It seems to me there's more respect, player to player, professional to professional, country to country, no, but player to player, yes, between each other. Some of the fouls you've seen today against Canada and going back a couple of games in this tournament, ridiculous. Yeah, I'll tell you one thing we haven't seen enough of. We haven't seen enough of these, okay? Because these stop these becoming reality. But had we seen a lot more of these reds, Canada wouldn't be getting kicked off the field. The results wouldn't look like the way they are. Jesse Marsh wouldn't look like a bag of you-know-what, the way he does right now with his late positioning, the late substitution, the no calls, the no manipulation of the game. Yeah, it all factors in. It really does. So I'll say it is more physical in the Gold Cup. And it seems that it's getting a little bit more physical bit by bit, yeah? And it also depends who you play, yeah? You don't see Mexico. El Tri don't play like this. El Tri play with the silky skills. They use their brains. They use the flow of the game. They use the referee, absolutely. But they are always in control of their destiny. You beat Mexico in a game like this, you deserve to. But you won't see Mexico going dirty. If you see Mexico or one of the big teams play dirty football, there's one reason. You really pissed somebody off, or you really injured one of their top gods of football. If you touch a legend for Mexico, Leyenda, you touch a legend, you're getting rocked off the field. People will come through you with a cement truck. Now we got a guy coming off the field. So, yes, I say it's way more nasty, way more physical, way more dirty. Because some of the challenges, like I say, you don't see these dirty challenges every game. This is an over-physical match for an international match, to be honest. International matches are played with more respect between each other. There's been no respect shown to Canada in out all these games. The only time Canada got any respect was when that first game of the tournament started, when Canada, surprisingly, shockingly, slapped Honduras 6-0. Honduras are in the semifinals, where we're dreaming to get right now. So, yeah, going into the chat. Craig Jensen's big up. Craig, if our games were played in Canada, I believe we would make the final. Absolutely. I guarantee you we would, man. I do. We still have an issue with certain pressure, either physically or emotionally. More the emotion. I think we've got to get used to being yapped at and yacked at and pushed around and spat at, right? We've plenty of time in CONCACAF to have got used to it. But it comes down to the coach. I really think it comes down to the coach, Craig. What the coach tells you how to be right, how to be. But it comes down to the coach. I really think it comes down to the coach, Craig. What the coach tells you how to be right, how to be is who you're going to be. The coach is a mirror of the team and how the team play. Johnson now getting into it, doesn't need to. He's looking to bring someone in. Again, emotion. So Craig just asked, is it physical or is it emotion? Craig, you just got the answer right there, mate, and you've had it for the last 30 minutes in this game. We've been more intent on getting emotionally involved in BS than we should have. We need to focus on the job and the little missions at hand, yeah? Mini games, every 15 minutes is a mini game. We need to focus on our jobs. Well headed out. On the edge of the box, shot coming in. Blocked, could be a handball. No, says the referee. Carry on. Still danger. Guatemala across the ball. Dangerous. And just put past the post. There was the moment. There was the moment for the 2-1. 7 minutes added time. They want VAR. Adan is saying, I want VAR. Referee's saying, shut your face, get moving. Well done, Keila Herrera, the referee. Hits his arm full on, yes. But the arm is on the side of the body. Nothing doing. But again, that finish. Wrap your foot around it. Guatemala wins 2-1. We're lucky. And we got a coach out there clapping his hands saying, come on, come on. Is that it? That's not a tactic. That's not even man management. Ball through now. Breaking kindly for Canada on the edge of the box. Do we get the cross in? A very laboured cross, easily cleared by Guatemala, up to the field. And we're up to halfway. Physical abuse going on either way. I tell you what, referee's not seeing everything, but keep this game alive. I tell you, for the neutral, this is a brilliant game of football for the neutral today. If you're in America watching this, you're loving it because you're seeing two teams absolutely beat each other up. And you're hoping the stronger of the two or the weaker of the two is the one you play next. Remember, Costa Rica, USA coming up next. That is going to be another great game. Gold Cup as a whole, though, I got to say, the Gold Cup's been a top tournament. Wide open again now. Ball free in the middle. Junior defending. Nobody's watching. The throw-in. Everybody's yakking, not looking where the man is. Boy, oh boy, some of the decision-making today. Guys, wake up. You're one mistake, as the chat has told you. You're one mistake away from losing the game. Voodoo Pork Chop. David coming off. I don't understand keeping three forwards. Me neither, mate. Right at halftime, we all discussed one player up front, two players up front when we shift into a 4-3-2 when we have the ball, yeah? What's this guy doing out there? Jesse Marsh. I've seen no innovation in the tactics, and these guys are playing the game on their own. They don't have a coach right now. These guys have played this game themselves. Ball wide now on the edge of the box. Guatemala looking to break three. Cross comes in. Danger. Cleared again. Ricky Larrea on the edge of it. Shoinia, very tired. Who should have gone out, clears it. Well done to him too. Jefferson on the left side, going past two. Does he get past? And he's literally manhandled off the field. Oh, dear, we got problems now. There's a red wave coming on the field. It's called Canada. Get out of the red wave. You're going to get bloody squashed. And there's only 4 yellow men like policemen stopping a riot, stopping Canada breaking onto the field. Wow. Look at the bench pour out there. I tell you what, you want to see passion for a country of Canada? You just seen it. They are together. Jefferson manhandled by 2. Hey, Jefferson does kick out, but you saw the red wave leave the bench. I wouldn't say I want to see that every game, but I've seen some unity now, and I've seen that they care, and I know they're together. And as soon as we came running as a storm, where did Guatemala go? Probably about 1,000 miles away immediately. They didn't want any of it, and that's what we should have been bringing right from the start. Passion. Like mine. Back into the chat. Craig says, if our games were played in Canada, I believe we'd make the final. I wanted to reiterate that point because, Craig, I believe you're right. Let's not forget, home games with dynamite. Ball coming in late in the game, into the box, hits the penalty spot, going wide. Looks like Nevada's going to get it. He does too. Takes the ball, looking to release. He goes long, looking for the big long kick again downfield. It's a one-on-one horse race on the edge of the box. Ricky Larrea shielding the defense right now. Guatemala has the ball in the box, looking for the dive. There it is, looking for the dive. Goes down like a wet fish, nothing doing. Referee says, get out of here. Ball long, over the top. Guatemala repel it again. It's been a fantastic match. If you're the neutral, you've seen some absolute great plays defensively, effort, dirty stuff, playing the referee. You've seen it all tonight. It's a CONCACAF con. Voodoo Pork Chop, David coming off. I don't understand 3 forwards. I've got to say that again. I couldn't see that all night long. Why have you got the forwards out there? You're supposed to be defending that 1-0 lead. You as the coach, Jesse Marsh, failed this nation again. You're 1-0 up. All you got to do is play the 4-4-2 / be a 4-4-1, slides into the 4-3-2, like we said at halftime. You didn't do it. What are you getting paid for? Watching a bloody game of football or managing? I've seen too much watching and not managing with this guy. And I don't need a guy to go rah, rah, freaking rah, just to try and get a team to raise itself for a handful of games. Because that, as proven in the past, doesn't last forever. Guatemala now, closing it down now. Seconds on the clock. Next goal wins this, just like on the school playground. Canada now going long. Ball goes too long. And there you have it. Kira Hereto signs it off. 90 minutes done. +7 into penalties. Now, are we going to win penalties? We're into the post game right now. We are into the post game right now. Canada 1-1. We Guatemala 106 in the world. Canada 30 in the world. Give Guatemala a hand. They did exactly what I said they were going to do, and they played their part beautifully. They frustrated. They slowed it down. They waited for the chance, and quite rightfully, with a bit of luck, they'd have won this game. Give them credit. 106. Who's 106? Are we 106 today? Is Guatemala 30 today? Because that's how it looked in the second half. Yes, of course, I'm having a little bit of fun here, but that's what that extra man did for Guatemala on the whole second half. When we look back at this game, and don't blame Jacob Schaffelberg for everything, but he is responsible, totally responsible for the cards, and he shouldn't have been. Jesse Marsh got a lot wrong. Is Jesse Marsh getting it right now? Is Jesse Marsh prepared for the penalty kicks where he wasn't a few games back? We're going to find out. Watch Jesse Marsh on what he's doing on your TV screens right now. He's got a paper inside there. He's reading off paper. When you go to take penalty kicks with your team at the tournament, you, the coach, already know the damn shooters. You've been training for this. If you're turning up with a piece of frickin' paper, who's been training? You haven't been training. You're not prepared. You took this for granted. I see Guatemala organized. I see real organization with tenure in front of that team. With Guatemala, they're in this, and they deserve to be in this right now. And when the penalties start flying, I tell you, it's going to be interesting. And watch the face of everybody who takes the penalty. Just watch the face. Because as they're coming up to take their shot, I'm going to tell you who's going to miss. And you're going to tell me who's going to miss. And you're going to see people miss. I wonder who's going through. Who are you saying? Yes, Craig, straight to penalties. Voodoo Pork Chop, 30 minutes or straight to PKs. Yeah, that's what it was, man. Craig Jensen, thank you. I agree with you 100%. Unfold St. Clair. St. Clair has given me nervous vibes. I would prefer Croupeau rather than St. Clair for pens. Absolutely. Remember the Dutch national team back at the World Cup a few World Cups ago? They take the keepers out and they bring another keeper in just for the shot stopping, just for the penalties. I would agree with you. I think Maxime Croupeau is the goalkeeper coach. Is he going to make a change? No. And it doesn't hurt the goalkeeper who played the 90 minutes plus if you bring in another keeper for the penalties. They don't mind. They don't mind. You know why? Because he's got a game under his belt, all right? But if you bring another keeper in for the penalties, that's fine. That doesn't sit badly with anybody. That's what I would have done. 100%. Maxime is the shot stopper. He's definitely the better of the two keepers. And when I saw that Dane was starting, quite happy to see that, but also a little surprised. A lot surprised. We're waiting for penalties right now. I'll tell you what, let's get into some of the stats quickly. 5 shots on target for Canada, 2 on target. 42% possession, 76% pass accuracy. No yellow cards. Yeah, there is a yellow card. And 1 red card. This site is wrong. Offsides 1 and corners 9 for Canada. Guatemala getting ready for the penalties. And remember, Tenya, the coach, he's going to be a national hero tomorrow for this result alone. Whatever happens in the PKs, he's not getting shot in the press. No. He's done a brilliant job. And anybody in CONCACAF, who plays the same way, they'll be laughing their asses right off because they'll say, 10 got it absolutely, really ridiculously on the money with everything he did. Now, looking at the stats with Guatemala, 11 shots to Canada's 5. 3 shots on target to Canada's 2. 58% possession to Canada's 42. 14 fouls to Canada's 10. 1 yellow card. Just 1 yellow card. I tell you, Kayla Herrera, the referee, was phenomenal. He did a great job. But I was surprised that not more of these were handed out. When you consider, you're telling me there was 2 yellow cards and 1 red card. That seems a little seesawy, lopsided. I don't know. Seems a bit weird. Seems very weird. Anyway, it is what it is. Corners, 4 corners to Canada's 9 and 3 offsides to Canada's 1. We're going straight into penalties right now, guys. And I'll tell you, overall, I think we're fortuitous to be in penalties. I'm happy we are, but it could have gone so wrong. So wrong. So wrong. And now the crowd is looking good. So these people coming into the Shell Energy Stadium in Houston, they've come in at the right time. Their game is coming fast. USA, Costa Rica. But they're now going to see a penalty shootout. So if you bought tickets to that game, you are living it up. You're living it up. You're living the dream. Penalty shot before it gets off the ground. Okay. David on the ball now. Not Jonathan, David. Promise, David. Taking the first shot. Navarro ushered to the line. Let's see where this goes, guys. It's do or die time. I love penalties. Is it the way to decide a game? Oh, yeah. I think it is. Who wants to play another half an hour of that? We wouldn't have made it. They would have scored on us. This is the only way we're going to advance. And it should have been so different, Jesse Marsh. Jesse Marsh. It should have been so different. Promise David on the ball now. That's the vision. That's the vision. That's the vision. Does he look focused? Does he look focused, or is he dragging his ass? You know, if he misses, I wouldn't be surprised. Wow, he's so confident. How about that? Now, he means it. Wow. Walking up there as if he just got out of bed, banging the back of the net. Give me that 9 times out of 9. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I don't need 10 out of 10 when you do that. Beautiful corner, though. Right in the corner. Nice in the corner. But he meant that, yeah? Look at him. Look at him. He meant that. Okay, 1 up. Advantage Canada. Yeah. Oscar, you're going to score, Oscar? Come on. Come on, little Oscar. You're going to score. Mi amigo, ¿cómo estás? Oscar Santis. Is he going to score? We'll find out. Referee ushering Dane St. Clair back to the line. I tell you, is it going in? Is it going in? Very much focused. That's the look of a winner, but a worried winner. It looks like it's going to go in, but there's a worried stop. Beautiful shot. No problem there. Stop the worrying, he says. In the goal. Bang. Dane St. Clair not far off. 1-1. Dane not far off. 1-1. Everything even? Keep it going. Oscar did look a little bit worried, but boom, in it goes. Watch this. Just. Now, if Dane goes full stretch, he's got that. But that right hand looked a little slow coming out to extension. Never the matter. That's going to give a goalkeeper more fire to get to the next one. But nice penalty. 1-1. Nothing done. Still in this. Jefferson's up next. Number 11. He's focused. He's got that look of worry on him. Not that look of fright. Not the look of inconfidence. Here we go. And it goes in. Very lucky. Very lucky. He can count his lucky stars there. Wow, 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 wow. The power of the shot takes it in. Tries to go level, but the keeper gets a chunk of it. Watch your replays. Watch the replay here. Goes down the middle, but keeper tries with a hand to stop it. Nearly gets something on it. Lucky, but it's in. Lady luck. Canada has been shown some lady luck. Let's take some lady luck because we need the luck. Luck is luck on our side. Samuel taking the next one. Samuel. Number 3. Tres. Samuel takes a shot. So, I tell you, so close. Dane St. Clair was very close again. He's going to get close to one, and he's going to get him really close to another. But Samuel takes it, puts it low. It's 2 apiece. Nothing gained, nothing lost. The nerves are now going to start sinking in. Dane St. Clair, back to the chart, Untold FL. St. Clair, why is he starting? Yep, I got to say it. It's an interesting call. Jesse Marsh again. And I would say, for the goalkeeping and the penalty shooting, Maxime Croupeau would have come in at the final. For the goalkeeping and the penalty shooting, Maxime Croupeau would have come in at the final minute of time. Because once the game's done, you can't bring no in. I would have Maxime Croupeau in net for this shootout. I've said it before. I've said it again many times. You guys have said it. We're saying it together. Here we go now. Cornelius. Number 13. What a lucky number, hey? Taking a free. He's got it free. Here we go. Going to wrap his left foot boot round it. Boom! And you go. Lovely, lovely, Cornelius. Nice, nice, nice. Look at the killer. Look of a killer. Yes. Nice one. Nice one. 3-2. All to play for. Lovely penalty. Cornelius was great on that one. For a defender, pretty damn good. Do that again. Herrera now, number 7, stepping up. This man's had a fantastic game for Guatemala all night long. Great defending, great poise, great professional. Knows what to do, knows where to be. And he probably knows how to slam this in the back of the net. But Dane St. Clair's going to try and get close. I tell you now, Voodoo Pork Chop, he had that. Yeah, he totally had that. I'm saying the same thing. Is he going to get this one? Voodoo Pork Chop, up to you. Is he going to get this one? Taking on Herrera. But yeah, he so nearly had that. The body language, but he did it easy. Yeah, I didn't like the body language easy. 100%. 100%. Here we go now. 3-3. Herrera, number 7, taking on Dane St. Clair. 1, 2, 3. Boom, he goes in the top corner. It's 3-3. Beautiful. Nothing between them. Nothing between them. 3-3. Herrera salutes the crowd. And now, if you look in that crowd, you're going to see all kinds of shirts. America, Barcelona. I've seen a few Wrexham shirts. Yes, Wrexham shirts. I've seen all kinds of shirts in this crowd right now. But Herrera was poised. He picked his spot, never changed his mind. Absolutely fluent with that ball kick into the top net. 3/4 spot, usually there is a miss. Yeah. 3-4. 3-4. It's coming, isn't it? You can feel someone messing up. The worst one is 5. Chaunier now. Chaunier now needs to make up for a lot now. Down the middle. He wasn't sure. Down the middle. Mr. Safety. Not a bad call in the situation. Everybody's going wide. Keepers getting used to going to the corner. That gives them something to think about by staying in the middle. Not a bad penalty by Chaunier at all. Not a bad penalty at all. Now you've got a little bit of a worry now. Lom, who was subbed in, walking forward, striker, should be able to thrash this in the back of the net, no problem. But there was a little bit of a worrisome look. He'd like to take a run up. He's taking a short step up here. Look out for what's happening next. Here he goes. He's focused. He played himself. Oh, my life. Dane St. Clair. Dane St. Clair played himself out of that shot. Flat-footed. Well done for Lom for being so brave and so cheeky to do that, because that takes a lot of balls to play that Penenka penalty shot at this stage of the penalty shootout. And as you just saw, Voodoo Porkchop says 3 or 4 penalty, the marker, 3rd or 4th penalty. That's where they normally miss. Look at this. Dane St. Clair's feet let go. 3 or 4 penalty, the marker, 3rd or 4th penalty. That's where they normally miss. Look at this. Dane St. Clair's feet let go. If he doesn't slip, he'll get that. Watch his feet. Watch his feet. Watch his feet. Gives away. If his feet didn't give away, he saves that. That's how close Canada were to taking a 1 penalty advantage. Lom, big balls on that, my son. Big balls. You absolutely Voodoo Chop. Balls. That is balls, man. Absolutely. Larin, even the Canadian fans have got their hands in their mouths. Let's see what happens. Kyle. What else did we expect? What else did we expect? Jeez, man. Why would you put him in? Hold up. VAR. Whoop, 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 whoop. Off. I'm giving the penalty. I'm giving the keeper the keeper's fine by me. I think the keeper's fine. Oh, no. Maybe he's not. They got to look close on that one. Got to look close. If we get luck on the draw on this one, I'll be very surprised. But again, honestly, why would you put Larin into a penalty spot? I mean, come on. Yeah, Gita Dunn, absolutely, yes. Absolutely. Ha. Yeah, absolutely. Why would you? Untold FL. Yeah, I'm laughing too in a way. It's like, geez, man. Here we go. Oh, there is a God in this world. Soccer has a God on the field. Beautiful penalty. Gotta laugh my ass off all night long at that. We have been given such a frickin' lifeline. Oh, my God. Do we even deserve it? How many more things are we going to mess up tonight and get through? I tell you, now I'm laughing. I'm really laughing. Untold FL, I am laughing now. Gita Dunn, I'm laughing too. I'd like to say get her done. But Portugal this year, 1998, Cavan given a lifeline with the missed penalties by Guatemala. Man, you right quick, but brother, we're on the same page with about 1 billion Canadians going, what the hell's going on next? Let's start to look professional, shall we? Saliba the man. Young, fit, energetic, passion, focused. Let's go. Boom, in you go. That's how you do it. No messing around. Saliba, brilliant. He's been one of the best things at the Gold Cup for Canada this whole tournament. He's stood up. Everything he's done, he's not been mediocre. He's been on top draw level. And I tell you what, this guy deserves a spot, a starting spot, moving forward, because he's unrooting and exposing some of the old deadwood we've still got in this team. Larin for one of them. Why would you put him in there? Here we go. Lom now. I tell you. Win, move on. Miss, you're out. I tell you, that's a lovely shot there. Lovely shot. Done. Beautiful. Beautiful shot. Not power. He placed it. I always say, when you take a penalty shot, you got 2 choices. You can pass it into the net or you can slam it. 9 times out of 10, the guys that try slamming it put too much on it and it doesn't go where they want to go. Passing it firmly like that penalty from Altan there was absolutely precision. We're in a game, guys. Next one wins. It's like the playground. Next one wins. And there you go. What did I say in the pregame about Fujirolas? Who not to give a penalty to? I said it in this game as well. Do not give this guy a penalty ever again. Go back and watch the replay of this. Do not give this guy a penalty again. You're the coach. Guys that slam it don't normally get it on target. It goes off a bit, yeah? That's total slam. He's up in the air, jumping in the air, slamming the ball through his foot. There's not a foot on the ground to control any energy, any kinetic energy on that shot whatsoever. Why did you do that? And you're the coach, Jesse Marsh. There you go. We're out. Done and dusted. Done and dusted. Portugal 98, straight inexperience from the defender taking the pen. Absolutely. Absolutely. He's had 2 penalties for Canada, and he's messed up 2 out of 2. He's a defender who played a great defending game, but defenders are not forwards. They're not skilled brains. They're destruction brains. They kill moves. They don't make moves. We should have been moving on to a semi-final here today, and through the coaching, we're not. It's that simple. That's simple. Hand it to Guatemala. They deserve it. They deserve it. Typical CONCACAF performance. Tenya, the coach, he can't believe his lucky stars. But tomorrow morning, they're going to be writing about him as a national hero. Look for him to get the key of Guatemala City. It's going to be unbelievable what they think about this guy tomorrow. They're in the semi-finals. Canada's packed up going home. Lackluster performance. They didn't get it together for this game. The substitutions were lousy and came in late. And I can't say that I've watched a game today that I've enjoyed with Canada at all. In fact, as the competition wore on, we've been literally dished out worst entertainment as the games came through. You start from a 6-0, you go for a couple of draws, then you get the loss here on penalties. Nothing memorable. But what is memorable is how each game was man-managed horrifically by Jesse Marsh. Was it because he started up in the bench, up in the stands? I don't think that means a thing. The team is the team, the taxes are the taxes. You're still in touch. But the killer here is tactics and coaching. Like I said in the last game, don't kill the players, expose what they do, but don't kill the players. Moving forward, I think this is probably a good kick up the arse. A couple of shows ago, you all said a kick up the arse was what we needed, and that was the Curacao game. Now, this is another kick up the arse. And the players brought this game today. They're an image of the coach they serve, Jesse Marsh. Where was the evidential training that you could really purvey or see in that penalty shootout? Think carefully about the penalty shootout and how we had the ball go at the goalkeeper. Guatemala looked prepared. They looked like they trained for it. And again, I'm not blaming one particular player. It wasn't just the penalties that ruined this day. It was the whole game. And it started with the yellow-red Jake Schaffelberg just at the end of the first half, and then it went all the way downhill since then. You saw it. I saw it. It was a CONCACAF nasty night like we've seen too many times, and that's what we got here. Mentally, physically, emotionally. Physically and emotion was the question earlier on in. Physical and emotion was the question early on in. Which was the worst? And I said it was the emotional that was going wrong tonight. That's what just proved it. What proved it? It doesn't diminish the fact that we're still a top nation, but we did not do ourselves any justice at this match whatsoever. And now, what I had said at the beginning of the second half when we went through the halftime wrap was, is this going to be another Panama Honduras with penalty kicks? And look what happened. It's exactly the way it finished. Again, give Guatemala big hand up. Big hand up. Going into the chat, guys. Portugal is 1998. Straight inexperience from the defense taking the penalty. Untold FL. Don't blame the kid. Blame Kyle Larin and Jesse Marsh. Absolutely. You both guys are right. You both guys are right. I do blame Jesse Marsh, absolutely. And Kyle Larin, honestly, I always call him blunt force trauma. Penalties are not about blunt force trauma. It's about excellence and execution in a small room. You saw the blunt force trauma kid, Kyle Larin, not get the best out of that situation. For Girelis, he'll learn from it. But that's 2 penalties now, Mr. Marsh, that he's absolutely blown out of the park, per se, where it's a simple execution. in small places. You don't need to blow the net off to get it in the net. Firm, low, hard, inside the post. That's all you got to be. But again, you both are right. Portugalis here, 1998, and Voodoo Pork Chop, you're both right. Furthermore, to blast that into the top bar in the center of the net is embarrassing. It really is the worst penalty kick I've ever seen a Canadian national player take. He's literally jumping off the air to get maximum propulsion on that right peg of his. You've got to have a foot on the ground. No professional, unless you're the likes of your Messi, your Ronaldos of the world, yeah? Them kind of gifted players can do anything with the ball. He's not that good. He should have learned from the first major penalty that he loused up in the Canadian Shield. Obviously, he didn't learn. Obviously, he grinned his ass off the first time he blew the penalty, remember? And that pissed me off. You miss a penalty and you're laughing? No, might be a mental, might be an emotional reaction like, and it looks like a smile. I don't want to see no emotion. You miss a penalty, get your face down, be in shame, and think of the next one and bury the next one. He obviously didn't think long enough about the first penalty he pissed up, and he wasn't thinking about it with this one because obviously he would have scored. Belting it off the crossbar, embarrassing, but it's a kid mistake. And I'm not saying he's a kid. You expect kid players to do that. This is international football where your touch is supposed to be prime, where you're literally trained for a decade plus before you get to this stage, so you know exactly what to do at every juncture of the game. I would not have given him that penalty. Not at all. Not at all. Again, go back to Jesse Marsch. He's the man running this squad. If anything goes a little bit sideways, you got to go there. Don't kill the players. They need direction. They got no direction tonight. There's 3 games back to back to back. They haven't been having the right direction. The leadership wasn't there. Don't blame Jesse Marsch because he was upstairs in the bench. He can get the message down. You can run a team from sitting in the stands just like you can on the side of the field. Sometimes coaches sit upstairs to see a better view of the game. Anywho, just saying. Just saying. Back into the chat. Vancouver. That is quite the handle. Vancouver. Woo. Whoever that kid is, I don't want to see him represent Canada again. Now, I'm saying this, I'm assuming that Vancouver, whoever that kid is, or Vancouver, the handle, you're a soccer fan, but you're a Canadian soccer fan, like many great soccer fans in Canada. They don't know all the names per se, but they've watched the team and they support their nation and they're a sports fan, a Canadian sports fan. I put you into that mold. If I'm wrong, if you're a literal ultra mad soccer fan, let me know. But you're giving a great angle. Whoever that kid is, I don't want to see him represent Canada ever again. That's what happens when you go out of tournaments. It really pisses people off. You're supposed to be better than that. So that kind of comment, that needs to be in the press. That needs to be heavy focused right across the country, that when we get to this stage, we can't be blowing things like that. You work too damn hard to get there. And for Girolis, he's blown 2 penalties. I'm not coming down on just him, but where it sits, wear that cap. Philip Cantelon, big up to you. I can't believe what I've watched since the Curacao game. Hey, absolutely rocking it. You saying a few words what I've been saying for quite some time. I'm going to take Philip Cantelon's statement here and use it for me right now. Everybody, can't believe what I've watched since the Curacao game. Yeah, I know. Isn't that the truth? We've literally turned into a boxer with a glass jaw in 3 games, where before coming in, you could have punched us with a pickaxe and we'd have still been coming back for more. Unbelievable. What a shame. Yes, Philip's right. What a shame. Also, embarrassing. Yep, I agree with you as well, my friend. SSB28 says, check this. Pens are usually practiced in training and done at the end of the training. If you got 1st or 5th, you are likely the better taker. 6 is a tricky one. I love that. And that comes SSB28. You must have played the game. You must have played the game. You must have, because talking like that, you've got that nuance right down. Absolutely. I'm going to say that again. Penalties are usually practiced in training and done at the end of training. Every club I played with, there was penalty training, and it was the competition. And the competition was a bit of a a good buzz feel because whoever in the team was like in that top 5, because that's what it was. You get 5 penalty takers, you train for your best 5 in the squad. That's what we did. Every team, every club ever. And if you're part of that top 5, it's like you've got a little bit of a you're considered to be one of the gifted players in the team if you're going to be a penalty taker. And that's what it needs to be. Look at some of the massive South American teams. When they take penalties, it's like they're making love to the net in a way with the ball. They know where it's going to go. They know the angle. They know the tap. They know exactly how much pressure to release onto the ball. They know where the keeper's going to get not to. They just know, and they train. But when they do it, it looks absolutely beautifully like it's done every second of their existence, like they don't have to try for it. And when they come up for a penalty, they're not coming up looking nervous. They're not coming up giggling. They're coming up relaxed, focused, relaxed, focused. It's not a big thing. It's just a penalty. We do this in training every day, especially at the end of training, like SSB 28 points out. So it's nothing. We turned up today again for penalties, and we weren't prepared. And we didn't really look like we know how to get it done. And there's a few teams back in history that have had problems with penalties. I hope we're not going to turn into one of those. And I hope come the next World Cup, which is coming fast, I really hope that we don't get there and have a match that finishes with penalty kicks and we look that bad again. Only training will get that fixed. And as SSB 28 points out, we always do it in training, and we always finish the training session with one or two things: a penalty shootout or a 5-a-side match, and you build up to whoever you get. 4 teams basically and a 5-a-side in your squad with a sub, and whichever team wins it, everybody else buys lunch. It's that simple. But you build it into your everyday. Back into the chat. Vancouver. I'm so mad after this. What is the point in cheering for this team in the World Cup? The new wave of stars has worked hard to bring relevancy for Canadian soccer, and it's getting ruined just as quick. That's a great point, but I tell you what, it's not too late to turn it around and get it back to where it was. We need games. These games were perfectly timed for us to keep the level as is. There's games coming in the rest of the year, September 9th, especially against Wales, in Swansea. I'm going to be on that one. But Jesse Marsh, ask him one question, if you could. Would you like to go back before the Canadian Shield and do things differently? And I think he'd have a lot of things to say. But I don't think he's the greatest coach ever. I don't think he's done us any favors in this competition at all. And normally after a big competition, if this were the World Cup right now and we went out like that, a normal response from their national board would be to look very carefully at his numbers through the tournament and be looking to make one or two decisions. Do you go with the guy to the World Cup or do you go with someone else? Because right now, watching what I see, I like Jesse Marsh as a person, but what he's brought and what he's done to this team, no. I think you can say the recruitment and bringing players in, fine, kudos, give him some praise for that. And some of the guys that he's brought in with the bringing them in, like Saliba, etc., they've done great. But it's what they do on the field. And this high press and expending energy every second, I don't think it's working for us anymore. I think you watch what Guatemala did today. Did they run around like headless chickens? No. Did they run around at massive pace to get things done? Rarely. Did the ball do the work? Yes. Were they in position all the time? Yes. Did they look like they were the team that was going to win this game in the second half? Not just because of one-man advantage. Yes. They played the game. They managed the game. They used the referee perfectly well, but they absolutely managed and choreographed this game to success. They would have been very glad to have gone through with penalties before. Whilst they went a goal down, then we went a man down. You know what was coming. We talked it all through the second half. Exactly what happened in the second half is what we talked at halftime. Why we didn't change the back four, middle four, and the top to 1. We should have come in the second half as a 4-4-1, shake down to a 4-3-2 when we got the ball. Don't bother going forward like idiots and make the ball do the work. and don't just pump it down the field. We did none of that. None of that. Jesse Marsch sat on the sidelines and literally let the players go. He let the players decide what was happening. He didn't guide them. He didn't make any massive changes. The substitutions didn't work. And when they bring him in too late, what good is that? You can't just bring players in because you're panicking about penalties. What good is that? Again, I'm going to say, a year out from the World Cup, this has got to send one or two messages to every Canada fan and the national board as well. You've seen the last 3 horrific games at a competition where we should be marching forward to a semi-final. 30th in the world. We look like 106 today, and Guatemala looked like 30 today. It was a complete reversal of what should have been happening. But you got to ask yourself one question. Do you go with Jesse Marsch to the World Cup, or do we make a change and get someone else in? It's not too late to think about that, and it is correct to think about that, because when the World Cup gets here, we'll look even worse. I'm telling you now. I've watched this nation for 30-odd years. Love watching this nation for 30-odd years. It's been 30-odd years of that crap with 4 years of great stuff. Do we want to go back to that crap that we just saw? He looks like a coach that doesn't know CONCACAF. And he's been in this area most of his life. If you don't know CONCACAF, you're going to get lost. And we need a leader. We need a leader. We don't just need a coach. We need a leader to make the right decisions tactically at the right time. When you see Schaff getting in hot water and it's getting physical and he gets one of these, and it's rare for Schaffelberg to get a yellow card, you got to be thinking that if I don't take situation under my control as a coach, this one's coming to Jacob, and he's off the field. Exactly what happened. He didn't change the formation at half-time. Didn't change anything. And again, bringing people in so late, I've told you a million times, we've all talked about this over and over. Late substitutions from 75 minutes on do nothing for you. You're going nowhere. And for a team that was so damn good starting this tournament off, we've come down massive amounts. The level is not even there. Where's this going to finish? We've got to wait for the next batch of games. We had 2 more games lined up with the right performance today. And like many of you said, you were surprised when you saw Dwayne St. Clair in net, not Maxime Coupeau, etc., etc. A few other conversation pieces were added about people in the lineup during the pregame. This lineup was not what we should have seen. The way we played the game was very, very naive. We got stuck into a battle of emotion where the coach, leader, would have given out orders. Guys, remember, we're playing Guatemala. It's just like Honduras, it's just like Costa Rica. Could be any of the guys from Central America. But they're going to get in your heads. You can't lose your cool. You got to stay calm. Let them hit you. Don't hit them. Let the referee do the job. Even a CONCACAF referee will do his job right if you keep your mind clean. Again, it starts from the referee. Again, it starts from the referee. How you play the referee is how you're set up from your coach. Jesse Marsch absolutely loves the press game, which brings the emotion, which brings the anger, brings the physical. And before you know it, when you've got a team that's going to meet you and wants you to come on and play physical, you're in deep water. Because Canada, apparently, we've seen this all too often, guys. We're not able to stay out of the emotional stuff. I love Chippy Ricky, but Chippy Ricky contains his zone. You see how the referee was jumping in before Chippy? Because Chippy's absolutely owning that zone. And there's no, come on and be a jackass with me in my zone with Ricky, because Chippy is Chippy, and he chips you away. And the referee's in there helping him, not going against him. And Chippy Ricky knows how it's played in CONCACAF. There's so many guys that have come into the national team over the decades that play in CONCACAF that don't understand what CONCACAF is all about. And I hope and pray one day with the Canadian national soccer team, the setup, and I said this years ago, you need a game management coach. Not just the coach for the tactics, but you need a psychologist with the team to teach them how to manufacture themselves into each and every different variant CONCACAF game they can be thrown at them. I could coach the team on that angle. There's people out there that do it for a living. But this team, to me, needs physically taken to school. It needs to be learning how to defend weak brains over strong brains and not getting sucked into it. And we saw too many people getting sucked in to battles that they're never going to win because Chippy Ricky is a one-off. If you can't play like Chippy Ricky, don't get into the one-on-ones with a Latin American player because you'll have a group of players around you like you saw in this game and you're going to lose. And we did. And that comes from the coach all the way. Back into the chat. Jeffrey Perry's laughing. I'm loving it, buddy. And I know why. I know why. There's that Vancouver angle. Vancouver. And where is Max Croupeau? Who is Dane fella? Dane Sinclair is the backup keeper, and Maxime Croupeau is obviously our starting keeper. Hey, blame the coach, man. It's down to the coach. What happens there? Couldn't stop one penalty. Absolutely. And we were all calling for Maxime to get in off the bench before the last second of the game. So he would be the shutout king. No, didn't happen. Jesse didn't see that either. SSB 28. International football teams don't press and run as much due to players not playing with each other as much as the club game. International game is mostly getting the best out of player and tactics. 100%. 100%. Absolutely on the money. On the money. On the money. The other thing that I'll add to that, I'll only add one thing, SSB, is that international players normally show a lot more respect to each other and not so vicious in the scything tackles or trying to break people's legs. That's the only thing I can add. Cybert Phillips, hello to you, my friend. Why did that guy take the penalty? He missed one in the game versus Ivory Coast. Absolutely. For Girelis. And when he missed that one in the Ivory Coast game, he was smiling, remember? Laughing. That really got me pissed off. You smile after that, you'll never take a penalty for the rest of your life if I'm the coach. But yeah, agree with you. Cybert Phillips, why did that guy take the penalty? Reiterated, he missed one in the game versus Ivory Coast. 100%, brother. SSB 28, not a philosophy manager. Yeah, he's not. He's absolutely not a philosophy manager. Canada, make Canada great again. There's a name for it. That's a handle. Make Canada great again. Beautiful. St. Clair is a sieve. A literal sieve. I hope this experiment is over. That's brutally hard. How does he not save the first two penalties after guessing the right way? Yeah, I mean, it was close, wasn't it? Yeah, especially that second one that went right under here. I mean, I was like, oh, I thought he had it. But yeah, but again, we learn who's the better of the two keepers. Is it Dane St. Clair or is it Maxime Croupeau? I say Maxime Croupeau all day long. Shot stopping. Dane's got the edge on the height with the cross claiming or blocking across up high, for sure. But down low, Maxime's my man, and many people's as well. Love the handle. Make Canada great again. It is. Canada is great, mate. How does he not save the two first penalties? Yeah. Cybert Phillips again. Why does he always play Dane St. Clair? I don't know. Has Maxime got a small little tear? Is somebody not feeling up to it? Somebody feeling bad today? Somebody feeling a bit sick? A lot of permutations why, but we were always thinking, literally, Maxime was going to be the guy. Just a sig. So in culmination for the Gold Cup, and the thing is, what's really sad is like what you don't know is I had another two shows lined up for the Canadian national team through the Gold Cup. I was having a live show come for the final with 5 other hosts from Canada. That just got blown out the water. I was going to have 5 other hosts for the final for Canada, whoever it was going to be, possibly Mexico. Now I'm going to have to play it differently now. Can't ride the Canadian train all the way. But just so as you know, that was coming too, yeah? Pretty gutted about that. Philip Cantelon says, Jesse Marsh should be held accountable, and I think you are correct. We need to fix the team starting from the top. It's just the way I see it, Philip. Absolutely, and if you're paid and you're contracted to do the job and you're not doing the job, and it's a results-based business, and we've had 3 horrific results back to back, I think there's reason there to speculate Does he stay or does he go? I got a World Cup coming. I'm going to be part of that World Cup. I will be at that World Cup. And for Canada's sake, seriously, you've seen a lot of soccer with this nation. So have I. There comes a time where my gut is asking that question. Does he stay? Does he go? I'll tell you why. Here's a little trinket. I was a member of the local organizing committee for the World Cup in Canada. There's a lot that I know that it takes to put a World Cup together. One of the things I'll let you know is the blank check. The blank check that you got to give to FIFA. The city I was representing for that part was Edmonton up north. FIFA wanted a blank check from the city of Edmonton, which I advised them just go along with it. If you make any trouble, you're going to lose games. We said to FIFA, here's a blank check. Give us what you can. When you give a blank check to FIFA, you're going to get way more money back. It's coming into your economy. You're making big money. Not this guy. The country, the city. They're making money back. The sales, concessions, shirt sales, TV, everything. Advertising. It's massive. You give $1 billion to FIFA, you're getting more back. Now, the point about that is this. The Canadian Soccer Association are the ones that are going to be getting a lot of lolly, a lot of dinero, lots of money. From that World Cup coming next year. Think about one thing. It's not a year away. You got a lucrative contract tied up already with FIFA. Seats have been sold in Vancouver and in Toronto already, getting ready for those games. It's going to be expensive, but expect it. So to culminate with the point with Jesse Marsch and the money and the World Cup coming, do you want to have him as your coach? That's the only question. Do you want Jesse Marsch as your coach at a World Cup looking like that? That's the question. Yes or no? Dead simple. Dead simple. Dead simple. Yes or no? And I'll explain to you why. Dead simple. The money we make off a World Cup coming through, we can really assess how much money's coming back in, yeah? CSA is going to get their fair share of that big, huge apple pie of dough. Big, huge apple pie of dough. Assess from that money that you're going to take in that you can let some go ahead of time because you got more coming back. Go get a coach. Go get a big coach. Go get a really big coach. A coach that is seasoned in competition, seasoned in qualification, but seasoned how to run a match from 1 second in to 90 minutes plus 7, not ending up on a penalty shootout or Guatemala also having a guy sent off. Because a real coach will come in with discipline and ideas and tactics that work, but above all, he'll have a track record of experience and trophies that he's put in his own cabinet and medals to prove it too, like the one behind me. Go and get a coach is what I would advise to the CSA right now. This can get better, but it can also get worse. You bring a big coach into the Canadian national team, it is the right time. Jesse Marsch, he's a coach. You can get bigger. Bringing in a bigger coach buys you favors on the halfway line. You don't need to be Jesse Marsch screaming your face off at the referee or going berserk for everything that doesn't matter, because all you're doing is supercharging your team to enact ill discipline all throughout. That's growing in this team. We played far better football, far better soccer a year ago, 2 years ago, with a discipline and a togetherness and a silkiness that made games like this impossible to get off the ground. We were winning beautifully. The level was set. All you had to do was continue that and continue that high till the next World Cup. Right now, I'd say we got a problem to fix, a real problem to fix. So, from the projected sales and money come from the World Cup, finances should not be a worry for the CSA. Don't let them tell you it is, because it's not. Go get a coach. Go get a coach. There's no bigger warning bell sounding off right now than Canada needs to get another coach. We've had 3 games with this guy recently. He's got to go. The Canadian Shield didn't go great either, although we won it. He's got to go. That's my best advice for Canada right now. I've been watching this team for 30-odd years. Love what I see. But once you get to this level, it can't go downhill now. It has to be protected. It has to be protected right now. And it starts at the top. And he's got to go. Tell me I'm wrong. I don't mind. That's my opinion. But you got to have an opinion too. But if you don't fix this now, it ain't going to fix itself. And like I say, money makes things happen. Lots of money off the new World Cup coming in. We're a host. We're going to pick up lots of dosh. Get another coach. God's sakes, get another coach. It's got to happen. Into the chat. I'm a little bit pumped for this one. Philip Cantillon says, Jesse Marsh should be held accountable, and I think you are correct. We need to fix the team starting from the top. Make Canada great again, says St. Clair as a sieve. You heard that? Cybert Phillips, why does he always play Dane St. Clair? I got to shake my head, mate. I like Dane. Maxime's another kettle of fish, man. Philip also says, just like the high five to Jacob Schutterberg pissed me off as well. Absolutely. Yeah. What I'm in glory for messing up at the biggest level. That really got my ass. I tell you now. Say it how it is, not what you want to hear. Tell people the truth, not bullshit. That's absolutely the truth, not bullshit. Absolutely the truth. And I said after the first one, he'd never get another penalty, and he gets another one. Embarrassing. Philip, it's absolutely on the money. Claude says embarrassing. Mark Simmons, big up to you, Mark. Big up to you, Claude. K-Mac Football channel, live now, guys. Okay, I couldn't make out what that was. It's a bit too quick. Couldn't get there, sorry. But anyway, that is that. And I mean, I'm going to go one more time to the chat once we get back off this. But boy, oh boy, I tell you, that wasn't the best game ever. No, that wasn't the best game ever. I'm going to go looking for something for you guys because I want to bring something to you. There we go. I'm going to show you, or I'm going to go through what's coming next. Okay, the next game we've got is September the 5th on the road at Romania. Yeah, that's in Bucharest, Romania, September 5th. The game I've been talking a while back was September 9th, Wales versus Canada. Then after that, October, we've got two games too. One still to be determined, and that's October 10th. Canada plays in Montreal, Quebec, and that is a game still to be determined. And then October 14th, which is my birthday. Hey, that's lovely. And I couldn't think of a better team to play after Wales, but I couldn't think of a better place to be. But it's going to be in Harrison, United States, and Canada on my birthday. Woohoo! Are going to be playing Colombia. Beautiful. So we've got things to look forward to. Don't be down. Them 4 games coming through are games Canada needs to take serious. If Jesse Marsh is still in the seat, then the CSA do not have the balls to oust him or don't want to pay him to go. And like I said, with the finances still to come, Canada's got money in the bank to go and get another coach. I would advise them to do that right now. Every second counts. And you'll say, oh, Steve, you can't change the coach right now. It's not the right time. I'd just like to remind you. Johnny Herdman came and went. Jesse Marsh came in, and it was seamless thereafter. It'll be better than seamless if you remove him now. And this is the time. June 29th marks an alarm bell. Guatemala 1-1 going out on penalties. That's the alarm bell. It's June. You got the best part of just under a year to bring in a national coach to get it done. Totally enough time. More games in the New Year's friendlies as we get ready for the World Cup. Yeah. So bring in a new coach. That's what I'm saying, because I think it's necessary. And I don't normally look for coaches to go. But bring in a new coach, get it done, let him set up, but bring in a coach that is world-renowned and world-respected. And right now is a brilliant time to pick up a coach. In the summer, the cradle between the start and the finishes of seasons, that's when you hunt a coach. Canada Soccer, get out there, get a coach. This guy has taken us as far as he can. And it is obvious. 1-1 Curacao. Yeah. Only 2-0 against El Salvador. Yeah. He's taken us as far as we can. 0-0 Ivory Coast. 4-2 against Ukraine. That's a good number. But you're 4-0 up with 2 minutes left. Not a great result. 4-0, yeah. 4-2, no. Pin the coach. Get another coach. That's exactly what I'm saying. But coming up, like I say, the next 4 games, September 5th, Romania away in Bucharest. September 9th, Wales away, Swansea in Wales. October 10th, Canada, match opponent still to be determined, and that's in Montreal, Quebec. I love it going to Montreal. It's lovely for Quebec to get a game. And then Montreal will literally probably not see another game for quite some time. And then October 14th, my birthday, loving it. Colombia. I love watching Colombia play. Oh, and that's going to be a brilliant game. And that's in Harrison, USA. So that's the future. That's what's coming. You've had the stats. You know we're out. And looking at the games still to come, well, Guatemala is now watching TV as well as Guatemala fans. And bless them, bless them, bless them. They were organized. They did perform the perfect job from their angle. Their tactics worked perfectly. And we are left watching, looking in through the shop window, watching all the action going on where we should be. I hope that sticks with a few of the younger players because they should be going into a semi-final. Disappointment will serve to make this team stronger. Adversity really can make this go away. But this is adversity, big time. Your quarterfinals have shifted down. Honduras, Mexico, your first semi. And like I say, Guatemala is waiting for USA, Costa Rica, to finally get it done. This should have gone a different way, guys. It really should have done. It shouldn't have been this way. In a nutshell, we are done, but you could see it coming. It was a slow death to a great thing that started with Honduras 6-0. And we thought, holy moly, where's this going to end? Well, we found out where it ended. Don't be down. Watch what happens next and see if there are any changes at the national top end. Because believe you me, I really think we need to look for a coach. For the rest of the Gold Cup, I will be doing a Gold Cup live final, and I'm probably looking to do a semi-final. But the biggest disappointment off the back of this is those 5 Canadian podcasters coming in for the semi and the finals isn't going to happen because Canada is not there. And I am gutted about that, but it shouldn't have happened. Shouldn't have happened. Into the chat again. Sorry, into the email, sorry. And that's fifascup@gmail.com. If you ever want to get an email off to me, FIFA S Cup, FIFA S Cup, FIFA S Cup, FIFA's Cup @gmail.com. Easy. Get me there anytime. Just reading one there. Mike is in Malaysia, Canadian. I'm a Canuck. Sick as, can't believe what I saw. I agree, coach is bum. Too many running around, doing nothing. Penalties, embarrassing. Well, point form, I think he's got it right. I really do. I really do. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Gutted, disappointed, a little pissed off. But I'll get over it, and you will too. And like I say, the only way for Canada to get to the next level is to get another coach. And I'll say this. As a player, when you're led, you feel led, and you can focus on the game. Team Canada today, no matter who was on the field, didn't have a coach on the sideline leading them. They had tactics, but they had no leadership. We need a coach that's going to lead. We also need that coach to be world-class, world-renowned, big money. Because when he stands on the side of the field, the linesman, the fourth official, the referee won't give him any BS. They'll know who he is. They'll know he's a big coach, and he'll be afforded respect. And that, my friend, buys favors with the referees. We need to change up. Now is the time. That's all I'm going to say as we close this down. But Guatemala, I tell you, I give you credit. I really do. You played a great game in CONCACAF. It stifled. It killed our game. The red card booted us in the nuts. And the rest is history, thanks to Jesse Marsh. Because when you go down and you need somebody to be there as a leader, today we didn't have one. And it isn't the first time. And Canada has played a few games without a guy on the side leading this team. Out of all of what we've had with the Gold Cup, we now know we need a coach. When Canada Day gets here, go out, have a blast, celebrate, get the red and white all over the place, put the flags out, have a fantastic time. Don't be thinking about this, but thinking about the future, the World Cup, the next 4 games we've got coming, every watch-along here, guaranteed, and you'll get more passion and more honesty that you don't get on TV. Because you're there, I'm here, we're one. Guys, get on your day, have a fantastic one. Don't be too down. These times happen. But a kick in the ass and a new coach might not be the bad thing after all. And there's been a few of you that said, we do need a kick up the butt. Well, leaving you with the kick up the butt, I think we just got one. I'm looking for things to change. Are you?